I must be bored. I'm live streaming for the first time in almost a year. Excusez-moi. I don't like to burp when I'm on the stream now here. But it's like I gotta do something to occupy this Saturday night, otherwise I'm spending all night still playing Cyberpunk and trying to get through all the other side missions and shite just to get it all done. And you got your character bouncing back and forth. You're either sleeping with Panem or you're sleeping with Carrie. It don't matter no matter what sex is getting done in the game. Why am I talking with an accent for? What the frick? Yeah. Yo, what up, Jack? Good evening, sir. Hoping my audio is gonna cooperate. I was gonna stream a bit earlier. My audio and syncability, I guess you could, if that's a proper term. My ability to stay on sync while everybody else was talking and everything in order to make sure everything was fine was getting all messy. Maybe it was the RAM usage, maybe it was my hard drive, maybe it was my web browser, I did not know. Again, why am I talking with an accent like this? What the fleb? But I had to find something to ease up the evening. But I was going to have plans tonight, but the better half is off in another city, not exactly sure what's going on, most likely getting some work done, so gotta find some way to ease up the evening and hopefully enjoy myself. I mean, hell, I could have gone through more of the games on my Nintendo Switch because I haven't been touching it lately. The weird thing is, like, I'm finally trying to get into these apps and websites just to try to, like, at least keep track of which games I have and have not fully completed. Because maybe I could also do that as a way to figure out what games I could or could not do on the gaming channel, like if I want other content to do. Because, like, I've got so many games on the Nintendo Switch right now that it's just absolutely crazy. And I just got, like, another 3 games today, just because they were all on sale. Like, they were, let's see, Game Deck Definitive Edition. I think it's supposed to look like a Cyberpunk stylish game. Immortals Phoenix Rising and Dreamscaper. I mean, Dreamscaper did look pretty cool. Thankfully, all 3 games were on sale. In fact, let me see what games I do have in total on the Switch. Not including the physical games, because those are off on the side in the case, and I do not feel like opening up the case and going to the list. Who is messaging me on Facebook at a time like this? And then my accent changes just as I talk. Okay, that would explain it. That's the group chat that was going off there. Let's see. Well, I'm probably off. Holy crap. At first, I had to reread that. I almost, like, immediately when I see video games and I see the word Octo, I immediately think Octodad. But I mean, damn, man, that's a lot of dedication to get through there. But let me see. The games that I got on the Switch that are all digital right now. And these are all going to be in alphabetical order to show you what kind of collection I got on the Switch and the fact that I still haven't touched a ton of them. Which is kind of a weird thing to think about. So let's see. 35mm. I think it's supposed to be some... It almost feels like some of the screenshots almost seem like something you see from the Outlast games. Still have not played this game yet. The AEW Fight Forever game. Haven't touched it in a while. Barely played it. Haven't even unlocked Owen Hart. Haven't gotten any of the DLC passes or anything, because I honestly do not have any motivation to get back into the game right now. Alien Isolation. Finally got that within the last couple of weeks. I heard that was really good. The Amnesia Collection. I do know that I've got a couple of videos of the PC port of Amnesia on the gaming. Probably not on the gaming channel, but I at least got them on the hard drive. Still have not republished them. Have not gone back to the game yet. Oh, 1 second. Let's see what Jack says. It's not even getting blocked by Sean for calling him out on his clickbait bullshit. It is not clickbait. It is masturbate. And what do you expect? The guy cannot accept and even acknowledge the fact that he does this stuff. And then he always tries to justify what he does and have some kind of nonsensical excuse. It's pathetic. Let's see. Animal Crossing New Horizons. I finally got that because I heard it was really good. Have not played it yet. Apex Legends, haven't touched that game in a long time. Got the Batman Arkham trilogy. I heard those were not running well, especially Arkham Knight. I mean, a lot of people had issue with Arkham Knight. I thought it was really good on the Xbox. But I mean, some of that stuff was a pain in the ass. The Bioshock trilogy, definitely really good trilogy that I recommend. Especially Bioshock Infinite when you go through the gameplay, but also the story as it progresses and you look back and realize how everything was piecing together. Fantastic. Let's see. He's right back. Oh, God, that kind of comparison. Man, what you thinking? Why? Let's see. You got Blades. I think that's Elder Scroll Blades, so I'll not touch that. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I don't remember getting that, but I may still have to try it. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I'm a little iffy on finally trying that just because like I played the original Castlevania and that game pissed me off. Clue. Now I saw that they had a port of like a version of Clue. 1 second. Hey, what's up, Doochie Snoopy? How you been tonight? But I see that they had a game of Clue. Like I do remember they have a PC version of Clue that I used to play on PC back in the day that for some reason would keep messing up. I tried to get that to run on the gaming PC through like the direct CD, which I know I've got somewhere, and even like an ISO file. I cannot get that to run on a Windows 10 64-bit operating system, which is really weird. I mean, I know some games are really going to have a hard time working and everything, but you would at least think I could at least get it started up. Collection of Mana, love that. Especially playing Secret of Mana through that, my favorite video game of all time. Love it, love it, love it. What games were announced in the recent Nintendo Direct are you excited for? The only two games I can easily think of off the top of my head, I'm going to look forward to that new Legend of Zelda game that they've announced. And that Donkey Kong Country Returns to see how that completely turns out. I know there's one game that's about to come out that I know is not in the Nintendo Direct, but I know it's coming out shortly. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I've never played that one, but I have played the original Luigi's Mansion and the third. I especially love the original, but I still want to see how the second one turns out, so I'm hoping to get that when it comes out. I might have to wait till like next week to pick it up. But I mean, I gotta revisit the Nintendo Direct. The two games that I just mentioned, like I said, the Legend of Zelda game and Donkey Kong games are the ones I'm possibly looking forward to. I might even look forward to the Metroid game. But I mean, I still got to get back into the Metroid series because I have not played any Metroid games since the original on the NES. Hey, good evening, Nick. All right, back to the other games as well. Control, still have not tried that. Cover Fire, same thing. Chris Tales, still have not tried that either. Sorry for Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. I've still heard of some of the games like the Mario and Luigi games. I still have never tried them. I mean, I would try to get them on the 3DS, but it's just like I don't have an SD card big enough to fit a ton of games on there now. So it would be hard for me to add anything extra to try the games that they had on the 3DS in the first place. That's the other games. Crush, I've not tried that. Dark Souls Remastered, I got that because I heard it was really good. Still have not tried that yet either. Dauntless, have not tried it. Doom 2, 3, and 64, I've not opened those up. Dragon's Dogma, I've heard good things about that. Have not played it. I even re-added it to my wish list on Nintendo because I completely forgot that I even got it. Then I go back to the page and we're like, oh, you already have this game. Okay. Took it off the list. Duke Nukem World 3D Tour. I don't think I've opened that one up yet. Dying Light Platinum Edition. I've played Dying Light on the Xbox and I loved it. Have not tried this version on the Switch to see how that turned out. Fallout Shelter. Never tried it. Let's see. Oh, Ducky Snoop. Oh, now you changed your name there. Don't have to change this. Any updates on the entire Gooby stuff? He and his goons haven't done anything correct. They've gotten shut down hard. Surprisingly, I have not seen or heard anything about Just Gooby in the last little while. I know Destructor's done a fantastic job tearing Just Gooby a new one. I know he's completely torn that guy into shreds. I have not seen any screenshots going further than saying they want to dox me. I know there was somebody I think that made a video not that long ago, but like I said, I have not heard heard any information or had anybody contact me about the Just Gooby stuff in quite a little while. So it seems like everything's quiet. But I find it suspicious that Just Gooby will try to say that everything he said is taken out of context. Like, nah, dude, you've been caught red-handed with the stuff you've said, and people showing with videos in your Discord server. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on there now, but I have not heard anything new in a little while. All right, now back to the games again. A little sidetrack, but I don't mind. Fantasy Strike got on there. I can't remember if that was free or not. I don't think I've ever tried it. The original Final Fantasy VII, I still have not tried this game out yet, but I've heard massive things. I want to play it. Fortnite, of course, I'm going to have it on the Switch. Last time I played it, it crashed on me during a live stream. Kind of hesitant to bring it back. And I've got some humongous entertainment games like Freddy Fish 3, just because of nostalgia. Game Boy for Nintendo Switch Online. I don't think I've tried many of the games that they've got through the Nintendo Switch Online through these emulators. So I might have to get into some of those. Even though I've already got a lot of these games on the other Nintendo Switch that I used in the WWE 2K18 Nintendo Switch overclock video. Garfield Kart, still have not tried that yet, but of course Garfield being one of my old favorite comic strips, and the Garfield and Friends TV cartoon was one of my favorites watching as a kid, so of course I had to get it. God Eater 3, don't remember getting that. Gone Home, same thing. The GTA trilogy, hesitant to ever really open those back up. Grim Fandango Remastered, I got it, still have not opened it, but I've heard massive things with the reviews. Heard it was a fantastic game. Okay, let's see what we got here. Heard he quit, his server died. The most recent thing that occurred is that a poster with his face printed everywhere on his home state FBI. Wow! If that's true, that dude is doomed. I mean, as long as his antics finally are done, that should be a blessing in disguise right there. You getting GTA 6? Yes, but I think I'm worried about how big the video game is going to be. Because, like, these big games are going to take a lot of a lot of storage sizes and everything. It's like you already hear about what's the rumored file size is going to be for the next Call of Duty Black Ops game. So it's going to make me worry that I've got to get another internal hard drive or whatever for the Xbox in order to put games on there, so I don't have to keep putting stuff back and forth between an internal and external drives just to get these games to be compatible. Yo, Swatsfy. Pokemon. I am so glad they're not releasing a Pokemon game this year. We need a break between main franchise games after the flooding we've gotten. So it's a good thing we're waiting till next year. Hopefully there are going to be a good amount of Pokemon that are no longer available that we couldn't originally get that were exclusive to the DS and 3DS era. Now that Pokemon Home/bank connectivity might not last much longer. And I know it's you last thing. I know, brother. I know. All good. I was going to... I'll have to check that voice message off stream and everything because I just love when stuff like this pops up. And all of a sudden Twitter's going off again too. Oh, that will explain. Oh, somebody liking my tweet. Okay. Okay, back to what I was saying with the gaming collection now that I got the Switch back again. Guardian Tales, heard this was good, have not tried it. Hades, I heard this was also really good. Have not tried it yet, but I heard positive things. Hitman 3 Cloud version. I don't think I've opened this one up yet. Hitman Blood Money. I did not realize this game, I think, actually came out as a port this year. But, I mean, I did try at least a couple of... I think I tried at least a couple of Hitman games on the PC, so I definitely want to play this Hitman Blood Money reprisal game that they got on there. Mario and Luigi Brotherhood look good. I hope so. I didn't check the trailer for that one just yet, but I mean, I will when I get the chance. Okay, what other games I got? Home Deco Puzzles. Thought it looked nice for a cheap price. Some World Victory Worldwide Beta Inazuma 11. I don't remember downloading that. That feels weird. Jeopardy, of course, I had to get some game show games on here. Junkyard Builder, can't remember that. Kill the Bad Guy, didn't I play that yet? Kingdom Come Deliverance, I heard that was really good, and I tried it. Legend of Mana, I might have tried that, but not for very long. Lego City Undercover, heard it was cheap, or pretty nice to get like at a cheap price. I got a couple of Leisure Suit Larry games. It would be funny if they brought Leisure Suit Larry and Magnum Cum Laude on there, but I don't. I know that Nintendo has a bit of a strict policy with some things. I don't know if they would allow such a raunchy game on there, but it would be cool. Plan on getting Visions of Mana. I forgot that was even happening, like in the first place. Hopefully, I can like remember to get it because, like I said, I haven't followed every game in the Mana series. But I mean, Secret of Mana is still to this day my favorite game of all time, hands down. I haven't really enjoyed. I'm probably in the minority that also enjoyed the remake that they did on PC, PS4, and PS Vita. I mean, Secret of Mana was an absolutely fantastic game. Let's see other games. Lost Lands, Dark Overlord. Have not tried that yet. Luigi's Mansion 3. I did play this to full, and I really enjoyed it. But I still prefer the original Luigi's Mansion. That game always holds a place in my heart. Machinica Museum. I have not tried that yet. The Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection games. I have both volumes. I've not played them on the Switch, but I did play all the originals back in the day on the Game Boy Advance. These were like the only Game Boy Advance games I played outside of the Pokemon franchise. And these games got me addicted. And I think right now, I think I checked in like my physical Game Boy Advance cartridge game like collection right now. I should have every single Mega Man Battle Network game in the original hardware. So of course I had to get both collection volumes, even with all the games in there, because that just brings back great nostalgia. All right, who's setting off my messenger again? Is it the group chat again? Yeah, it is. I know it. I have a feeling somebody's doing it. Okay, yeah, that would explain it. Group chat was going off again on Facebook. My apologies there, folks. Okay, what else did I get? Let's see, the Metal Gear Solid version 1, or Master Collection V1. So, of course, they came with Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid Master, they're the second and third games, including the bonus content. I should have turned the volume on my phone. I should have kept my phone on silent to stop the noise in the background and all that stuff. Let's see, Midnight Fight Express. I've not tried that yet, but I heard it was good. Monopoly for Nintendo Switch. I have not played this Nintendo Switch port, but I did play on PS4, and I've got a video on the gaming channel. Mortal Kombat 11. I don't think I've played that on here yet. My Hero Ultra Rumble. Not tried yet. New Pokemon Snap. I think I got this game the day of release. Have not opened it still. I mean, I did enjoy the original Pokemon Snap and have not tried this new one yet. Let's see, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, the original. Have not tried it. Night in the Woods, same thing. Just got that. Old School. I know this is a game from Matt Dickey, one of my favorite individual, like, indie developer guys there. Get in with Facebook. Why you do that? Anyway. Old School from Matt Dickey. I still have not tried this yet, but I did like what I see. And I know he's got like this new version of Hard Time that he's releasing coming out soon. I cannot wait. And I think he said it's supposed to release this year. I am pumped. Let's see, One Heroes. Don't even remember getting that. Onigiri. I also don't remember finding that. Opus Castle, same thing. Our Definitive Edition. I know I just recently got that. I think I had to look through like games for like recommendations, like through lists that were similar to certain other games. And I think that had to have been recommended. Overwatch 2, I got recommended that by my better half. Still have not played that yet. First two Pajama Sam games, also had to get those. I know there are new games. This is the weird thing that I realized is that Humongous Entertainment, they went out of business with new games and everything. Then all of a sudden they start popping up and releasing these big collections and sometimes individual games of theirs from games in the past, like their franchises with Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, Putt Putt, and all this other stuff. So when I saw that they were releasing these games on the Switch, I was like, all right, I may or may not play them, but still to have the games right here on a portable console to relive the childhood, I might as well, just in case. Because that was fun stuff. And plus, I think I played like every possible Humongous game, give or take, like maybe a couple on the gaming channel. I might have to revisit some videos. Hey, what's up, hi? Hell, Facebook, why are you making so much noise? That would explain it, because people are talking about the drama again. Understandably so. Let's see what else I got. Polya, PC building simulator. I played it once on the gaming channel on PC. Have not played it since then, but I might want to get back into this for a series on the gaming channel, because I do have 2 desktop PCs here in my office that I built from scratch, and that type of stuff is fun when you're into tech. I might have to recommend this game also to my significant other when I get the chance. PGA Tour 2K21, have not tried that. I can't remember the last time I even played a golf game. Outside of like maybe a mini golf game. I think the last one, it had to have been one of the PGA Tiger Woods games. It's either 2006 or 2007 that we had on the GameCube. They had like the Outcast music on their soundtrack, playing the song "I Like the Way You Move." So I haven't touched these games. That shows how long it's been since I've touched games like this. There's somebody trying to. Okay, hold on 1 second, folks. Let me quickly check. I just got another notification to Facebook. Please tell me people are trying to call. Oh, okay, that explains it. It was a notification saying, "Hey, you've been tagged in a group message." Okay. Let's see what else I got. We got Nevmo Capsula. I heard that was like a puzzle game for like $5. Pokemon Cafe Remix. Surprisingly, I have not played this on the Switch. I have not touched it in a while on iPhone. I kind of want to, but I'm not sure. Then, of course, the slew of Pokemon titles, like Pokemon Home, gotta have that. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Love that the game gave the franchise a breath of fresh air. So glad they did that. Got the demo for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Still gotta get the full version. Have not touched the demo yet. Pokemon Quest. I can't remember if I played it on the iPhone, but I know I've not touched on Switch. Pokemon Scarlet. I'm starting to really like that game, but I kind of got a little burned out with it, so I've taken a break. Pokemon Shield, Shining Pearl. Here's the weird thing about Shining Pearl. I did record like 2 or 3 walkthrough videos for the gaming channel when the game came out, but then I just stopped recording because I said to myself, I just want to enjoy the game. So I've recorded content, have not shown it. Let's see, I've still got Pokemon Sword in here, have not even played it in a little while, but I still got to go through legendaries. I still have the Pokemon TV app on here, even though I think the service is no longer available to even function. Pokemon Unite, have not even tried that. Pokemon Violet, of course, I got to get the other version of the DLC. I haven't downloaded the demo versions of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. You might want to try those. Pool Blitz, Postal Redux, have not tried that. The only Postal game I played is like Postal 3, I think. It was either that or the original. It might be the original on PC on the gaming channel. Still have not touched that in a while either. Prison Life Simulator 2022. I might have wasted money on this. Like, I wanted to try something else that was like a prison simulator after playing Hard Time, but I heard this game you can only play in handheld mode, so that's a ripoff. See, Pup-Out Save the Zoo and Travels Through Time. Quake and Quake 2 also have not tried those. Let's see. Do you have a favorite Pokemon anime theme song? Let's see. There are a few. I do know I love the original, Legendary. I have a soft spot for season 2. Like, do you want to be a master? Like, Pokemon and all that stuff through the Orange Islands. Advanced Battle kicked ass. And I also definitely love the XYZ theme that they had, like with the electric guitar. It's fantastic. So those 4 I'd easily have to put at the top of my list. So the original Orange Islands theme, Advanced Battle, and the XYZ one. I wasn't a big fan of the Battle Frontier one that they had there, or even the black and white ones, or the Adventure of Diamond and Pearl Pokemon that weren't really up there for me. But the ones I list are at least the 4 that I can easily remember that I absolutely loved. Had to get my drink on. Excuse me. Facebook's gotta go again. You just gotta love when you're getting in group chats and everything, and everybody's talking about a certain redneck that's been running his mouth yet again, like he always does. Let's see. Advanced Battle Call Unbeatable. Yeah, unbeatable. But that one was still really kick ass there. Joe League Champions, born to be a winner. Joe Tell. Yeah, that one was also really good. I do remember there were at least some videos that used to have like every intro like in chronological order in there. Love listening to that just for the old time's sake. All right, what else do I got on the Switch? Real Boxing 2. I've not tried this yet. The only reason I got a boxing game on there was just because I had to. One second. Hey, I'm GGF. Make another Instagram account. Access to the Celtics fan page, which started. Golly. Yikes, man. Instagram nonsense or Facebook stuff. Okay. Hopefully I can chill a little bit. Okay, the other games, like I said, Real Boxing 2. The only reason I got this boxing game was because like I like to get into the game Reach that Matt Dickey already does. Like it's done like his own boxing simulator. So hopefully I can try a boxing game on here as long as it's fun. Let's see, the original Red Dead Redemption I got in here. Still have not touched Red Dead Redemption since I played. It was either the original or the Zombie Undead Nightmare one on a stream in the past. Let's see, original Resident Evil and Resident Evil 4. Had to get those, of course. Saints Row 3 and 4. Had to get those as well. The weird thing is, like, out of all the Saints Row games, I don't have any memory of playing the first two. I have no memory of playing the third. 4 always sticks out. Let's see, have not played. I still have not tried Gat Out of Hell, and I got the new one that they got, even though I heard it was shit. But I got it for free from freaking Epic Games. Oh, hey! Speaking of the stalker himself, hey, what's up, dude? Why haven't your parents given you up for adoption yet? Huh? How you doing, you freaking waste of space? Oh, you here to cry me another river like you always do? I mean, if you're gonna cry, you might as well let your tears down into a cup so I can drink up your tears. That'll really quench my thirst, you cousin fucking pile of shit. Anyway. So yeah, the Saints Row games, like I said, I have no memories of ever playing the first two, even though I've got them. Like, I've got every Saints Row game. For some reason, I have no memory of playing the third. Fourth one I really enjoyed. I have not played Gat Out of Hell yet. And the new one, like I said, I got it for free from Epic Games because it was like a free game. Still have not even loaded that up yet. Let's see, Sega Genesis Collection or Classics. I've not opened that up yet. Sherlock Purr. I might have gotten that just because I like cats, and it seemed like it's like a mystery game with a cat protagonist, but I've not tried it. Sky Children of the Light, I've not tried it. Sniper Elite 4, I still got to finish my walkthrough of it on the gaming channel. I've got a good amount of videos recorded for it, still have not finished editing or putting together what I've done. But the Sniper Elite series, I really do enjoy. Those are really fun. Sonic Mania, I don't know if I remember playing Sonic Mania or even Sonic Origins yet here on the Switch. South Park, the Fractured Butthole. I've got in physical card. I bought the DLC. Have not played this one yet. I did play Stick of Truth on. It was either the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One, and that one was really good. A rare time where they actually released a good South Park game. I mean, I even heard they got the new Snow Day game, which I have not heard positive things about. So I'm kind of iffy on getting that one. Creative insulting Instagram videos. I know, but that's because like I don't always have a lot of time to even record videos, like, and everything. Like, it took me until today to finally record the next episode of the podcast, which is going to be Wednesday, where I'm going to look over the Exposed Pro Wrestling's Greatest Secrets special. So I finally got that coming up on Wednesday, and then I've got like this documentary that's kind of wrestling related that's going to be for the week after. So I also got to get through that. So there are times where I'm trying to get content done, and other times where I either don't have the energy or time, but I'm trying my best to keep up. Let's see what else I got. Spirit of the North, just because it's a Fox game. I I got to recommend it because my best friend Robin recommended it because she knows I like foxes and everything, and thought it would be cool. So I've not tried that yet, but I do have it. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I don't remember if that's supposed to be like the remake of the SpongeBob game I already played on the gaming channel or not. I'd have to check through it. Spy Fox and Dry Cereal. That was one of my favorites as a kid. Spiral Reignited Trilogy. Still have not played that yet. But I mean, I might want to try it. Super Kirby Clash. I don't remember ever playing that as well. Yeah, no worries. Content still enjoyable nonetheless. Thank you, I. Thank you very much. But like I said, I'm still trying to get more content. Like, I've even got other content ideas, like at least within the podcast that I want to do, like with subject matters. Like, eventually I'm going to have to cover the Universal Championship, but the thing is, it's still listed as being active on WWE's website. I've got one subject that I made the thumbnail for a while back about The Undertaker's 100 greatest matches in WWE. Still have not even gone through the list yet. So, like, I still haven't finished compiling that before finally doing the video. And I've also got to eventually do the history of the WWE Championship from when we got the design in 2014 after SummerSlam up until they changed it with the current belt that Cody Rhodes has. So within that redesign of sorts with the belt. So I've got another 9-year period there to cover, but there are some other like topics that I still got to get through that I might have to squeeze in. Like, so there might be some weeks where I might have to do 2 episodes in a week. But I mean, it just depends on my availability for all that. Let's see. I was going to wait for Sonic and Shadow Generations. I haven't heard about that yet. But I'll have to look that up when I can. Hey, what's up, Charles? It's been a little while, dude. Okay, so let's see what else is on the Switch. Like I said, Super Kirby Clash. I might have gotten it when I originally got the Switch. I don't remember ever playing it. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I've got a digital copy of the game and a physical one. I do remember I've played through the 3D All-Stars, at least on this channel. It was either once or twice, at least with Super Mario Sunshine and once with Super Mario 64. I have not played Galaxy on here yet. Like I said, I still have the physical copy sealed in my safe right now. That's plague of mosquitoes in the area lately. Crap been out of me. That's why I don't like going outside during the summertime. That's one of my biggest gripes. Because, like, especially with me, the thing is, like, I've got a nasty allergic reaction to, like, mosquitoes. Like, for me, it's not, like, little bites when they get to me. It's just, like, welts, especially when they get on my legs. So it's like, I cannot stand being around mosquitoes. It's never fun. And it seems like they're always drawn to my legs to be like, oh, bud. Okay, what else do I have? Super Mario 35. I don't think I played that. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I do remember being a lot of fun. I don't remember if I unlocked everything yet. Surgeon Simulator CPR. I might have played the original Surgeon Simulator on my phone. Have not played the CPR version here on the Switch. Siberia 2. I might have played the original and the second one on PC. I should still have the CDs in my collection, but I don't even remember how these games are because it's been that long. See, still have my copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Like I said, I also still have my physical copy because, like, I bought a physical copy before it was supposed to be taken off Amazon, before they started finally getting them taken off physical stores. But it's like, that's still in my safe, sealed and all. What else? Tennis 1920s, have not tried it. TerraVid, have not tried it. Tetris 99, have not tried it. The Drama Queen Murder. I don't remember if that's one of those games that's like those mystery ones where it's just like, you have to solve a mystery and it's that whole lost and found, find it type games where it's like you find these different pieces around to advance in a story. I know I was looking up for some of those games because those ones were actually kind of fun. Four Kings Casino and Slots, have not played that yet. Breath of the Wild, I do remember playing and finally completing here on a stream. Skyward Sword HD, have not tried that yet, but I have been thinking about it. Tears of the Kingdom, I've got that, still have not played that yet. The weird thing is, every time I would go to Cracker Barrel with my grandfather, he would like we have a waiter or one of the servers there that would ask me if I've ever played it, but every single time I'm like, no, I'm still playing Pokemon. Can't help it. Been my mosquito right hand swelled those. Oh, see, mosquitoes are never my friend. No joke. I actually had one time. I can't remember how long ago it was. It had been more than 10 years. Went to the beach, like hung out with one of my friends who I have not seen in over 10 years now. We were walking back from the beach afterwards to go to the car, and all of a sudden, all these mosquitoes just latched onto the back of my legs. Got them off my legs after a bit. Got in the car, and already my legs were getting swollen up from all the freaking mosquito bites. Oh, long day there. Let's see, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Got that. I don't remember if I played that yet. I might have, but I can't remember. Thief Simulator, I've not played that yet. Trials of Mana, I think that's like the Legend of Mana remake. I have not played that yet. Tricky Doors, not tried it. All 4 Shrine games I know I got on sale, have not played those. Trove, also not played. Now, Tunic, it's spelled Tunic. I have been trying to play that, even if the instructions are not quite clear, but the description I can give, it's almost like this. It's got a bit of a 3D isometric type of look to it, like with camera angle, that looks like it's got a mix between a Fox protagonist and a Legend of Zelda feel to it, to where you have to find your weapons and get through enemies. And it can be a pain. You're not going to get the sword right away, but it can be a pain. But the art style is actually really nice. Let's see what we got here. Every time the Incredible Barrel reminds me of Scott Snyder. Oh, God, the whole thing of like, you know how many times how long it's been since I've been in an accident? I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that you've never been in an accident. B, you got to be careful when you're riding with Steiner, huh? On Facebook, you got to go off again, huh? Oh, it's audio messages. I can't listen to that yet. Wait till after the stream. Excusez-moi. Twice. I could have been like Vince McMahon doing like how I did during that one Smart Bus stream, and I don't think that would work seeing the hot wire Vince is in. But yeah, Tunic, like I was saying, it's like a Fox protagonist acting like Link from Legend of Zelda. I do like it, but I still have not completed it yet. Undertale, I've heard big things about it, still have not tried that yet. Wheel of Fortune, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, got those, have not played it yet. WrestleQuest, I kept remembering to get the game and still have not even opened it. Even though I've heard there are tons of references to like different personalities within the YWC, I still have not opened it up yet. And I also got to get Retromania. I keep forgetting about that one too. Let's see. Wrestling Empire, have not played it since I did the stream. I gotta get back into this one. I have to. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. I've not touched that in a while, and I dread ever doing so because I don't want to see Rob Gronkowski's name up again because I've had enough of him and his appearances in everything ever. Let's see. 2K18, have not played that for WWE 2K18 since I did the Overclock video on the Nintendo Switch. YouTuber's Life OMG, I've played some of it, and I probably still have videos right now live on the gaming channel playing the original on PC. Have not touched this yet. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, have not played this in a while. My God, that is a long list of games that I got on one console, and a lot of them I still have not touched. In fact, let me see what the physical ones I also got. Mario Kart 8, Mega Man 11, just about every Pokemon game, Sniper Elite V2 and 3, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Party, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Oh yeah, and a couple of SD cards still in here too. Excuse me. Just to be careful with my throat. Yeah, that is a ton of games. It's like that habit, like that we keep seeing people always saying. It's like, oh, you can be playing these games, but instead you hold off and get more games. It's like, well, I like having a collection. I mean, yeah, I do also like having the physical games and everything, but also at the same time, there's a bit of a convenience with going with digital media, having it right then and there. And I also got to get the physical copies of Pokemon Legends Arceus, Scarlet, and Violet, because those are like the only three main like games that were within the Pokemon franchise, like the main story games and stuff like that, that I do not have in physical form. Everything else I have, like through the other 8 generations, not including side games. So I'm not including like Pokemon Pinball or like the new Pokemon Snap or anything. Just mainline games. I've pretty much got almost all of them in physical form. And thank goodness I do. And I know some people may be thinking, "Oh, he still likes Pokemon." Yeah, been a fan for almost 25 years. Nothing wrong with liking a franchise. Ah. Gotta love having some Coca-Cola in my system. Yo, Leon, been a little while, dude. Also, let me get my vape a second. Get a little in my system, especially with the drama that's been recently going on. One of those people you all may have seen a little bit ago in the live chat on the side. Somebody who likes to run their mouth came back and decided he wants to start shit yet again. First, let me take a hit on my vape for a moment to chill myself out there a little bit. Whew. That's a good one. Some donate 2K14 through 2K19. Golly. The weird thing is, like, I also went to a GameStop at my local mall just like a month and a half ago, and I saw there were like a bunch of WWE 2K video games in there. And the weird thing is, I can't remember which one. I think I saw 2K22 and 2K23 for PS4 in there. And for some reason, 2K22 has a higher selling price at GameStop used than 2K23. Like, I get it, they're more recent games, but you would think the more recent game would be like at a higher value in terms of a selling price compared to the prior game. I mean, unless the games are like big in demand and everything, I can understand a difference there. Like I said, you would think 2K23 would cost more than 2K22 just because 2K23 is more recent in comparison. But it was the other way around. But that's GameStop for you. And the other weird thing I even noticed about GameStop, I actually just had a talk of this with one of my coworkers. For some reason, the one that we got here in town has been having issues where he tried going to like GameStop a week or two ago on a weekend. And despite the fact that the sign at the front of the store lit up and said open, the doors were already still locked. So clearly something's going on at that GameStop in terms of employees. I mean, I know GameStop is not on a good state still, even despite the whole thing with people investing in their stocks and all that shit. Pretty much nobody wants to shop at GameStop anymore because there's no point. They're going to rip you off when you're trading your games. There's no guarantee that the company is going to exist for a while. And people are just finding the convenience with digital games and everything like that. Or even emulation if they have to. It's like, yeah, physical media is also important to have. I like to have my physical games too. But it's like, you even look during the pandemic and everything, nobody was going to go to the store and have to risk like putting masks on and risk getting sick from other people to go to GameStop to get a game. If they wanted, they were just going to stay at home while this stuff was still going down and just download the game just for convenience. Oh, excuse me. Golly. But it's like, do you even hear that the local GameStop was having these kind of problems? Like, I know I haven't set foot in that building in over 4 years, but sheesh. Close 3 GameStops in my area. The weird thing is, even with like from what I've seen, like I said, I know the one in the mall I've been to is still there. The one that I used to shop at, like I said, the one I haven't been to in about 4 years, the store is still there, but just had the issues that I just mentioned. I've seen one in was it Grand Haven or Granville, one of the two, that used to be around that's suddenly gone. And I saw another GameStop location somewhere up north just recently. Hey, fan of you too. GameStop sucks. Had about falling out with them after they sold me a game that was scratched and unplayable. I've only, at least from my experience and everything, I've only had like maybe one bad experience ever with GameStop. And I remember this. This was 2008. And this was at my GameStop I was just talking about a bit ago. Went there. It was like 2008 when I was in the hospital for my chest surgery. I got a gift card from my mother and some of her coworkers that chipped in money for after I recovered from my surgery. And I saw on the Target website that they were selling, it was like, I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships 2008 on the Nintendo DS. And I wanted to get it. Could not find it at local stores like Targets or anything. So I had to buy like games. Which game was it that I got? I think it was Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Because like we couldn't find the Yu-Gi-Oh game anywhere, so we had to go with something else. Then finally, like months later, went to GameStop, found it being sold as used at that GameStop, like for the Yu-Gi-Oh game that I wanted. And then couple months later, it just stopped working. And I even contacted like customer support from like Konami about this, like about the game problem, and they're like, "Yeah, you're better off just getting another copy. Nothing to be done." I'm like, "Great! I'm playing a game. It's frozen up. Can't get anywhere." And the company says I'm pretty much SOL there. So that's the only bad experience I've ever had with GameStop personally. Don't remember if I ever purchased anything from GameStop. Do you remember Game Craze, Circuit City, though? For games in those two places. Even with GameStop, even online, I've never had problems with stuff they've delivered. In fact, my original Nintendo Switch, the jailbroken one, I went to my local GameStop, paid for it in cash because I had a lot of it saved up. Bought it from there, and they sent it from like their warehouse to my house. And it's still working perfectly fine to this day. So another good experience there. I've gotten some consoles there. They've still been working fine. Now, Game Craze I've never heard of, but Circuit City I faintly remember because I have a small flash drive in my safe that I got somewhere in high school. I can't remember the exact grade or the exact year, but I know I've had it since high school that I got from Circuit City and still have it to this very day. Absolutely insane. Hey, Forever Slime. Hey, Forever Slime, answer me this. Is your display name that you got here, Darkness Ken Reaper, is that also your display name that you got on Discord in my server? Because there's something I got to ask you about. If it's true. I remember Circuit City, my first DVD player there. I think my grandmother also used to shop there a little bit, but I barely have any memories outside of getting my flash drive at Circuit City. But it's like, I know where it's located. It used to be next to Lowe's that we have downtown. And now I think it's merged. Now that lot is two different places, like Ulta Beauty and some other store. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know one of them is Ulta Beauty in there. And we even have other stores that were in that like complex there that have also recently shut down, like Bed Bath and Beyond and Party City that are both gone there too. It's either Party City or there might be a shoe carnival that's gone. So it's either two or three other stores, but there are some stores that just completely went off the lot there. And even there was it was either TG Maxx or Office Max. It might be Office Max. Suddenly shut down and got replaced by a PetSmart. So it's like a lot of weird things are going on. It's the other Discord been deleted, not your server anymore. Server by a link. I was wondering because I was getting a DM like through a Discord now that this is going on, saying Space Darkness Space Ken / Ken Space Reaper that is in the server right now that might be hacked, because I was getting a DM from that account personally on Discord that was saying like, "Oh, I accidentally reported your account and you got to contact somebody." Like, so I think your account that might still be there got hacked and everything. It's been hacked. Yeah, I know that. That's what I was explaining, because like I was getting a DM yesterday from this, and I was just like, "Huh, that seems a little weird." And I heard like it's spreading some kind of scam, so I had to make sure. Turn all cities into Dick's Sporting Goods. We even have a couple of Dick's Sporting Goods around. Like, the weird thing is, even in our town, like near the GameStop that I was just mentioning, it's like from right to left goes GameStop, Petco, Target, and then to the left of that, it used to be Home Depot, but that didn't last long, and now it's a bunch of different stores. So it's got like I think it's like under 21 or something along those names, or 5 and below. I think that's one of them. And they even have a Dick's Sporting Goods right near there. So it's like I saw that there, and it was kind of weird things. And I even walked through a Dick's Sporting Goods at the mall just a month and a half ago, even though I had no reason being there, but just in there to walk around and have a little fun. And hacked out to get how, unless somebody somehow got your information and you didn't have two-factor authentication put on there, somebody must have somehow gotten to you, unless you fell for some kind of trap or something like that. So something must have happened. And the flash drive is a piece of history. I think Game Craze is basically another GameStop store. That sounds a lot like EB Games. Like everything's got that same kind of concept. But I mean, my flash drive, I've got many flash drives, like mini ones in my safe. In fact, the fun thing I wanted to bring up also as well, I was just going through all my flash drives like last week. And on one of my flash drives, I found a lot of videos, like clips and like thumbnails that I used to make on YouTube, and some Facebook photos that I made for when I had a Facebook page that was like a WWE fan page of sorts, and so much past content that's over like 10 years old, still in my possession and still functioning. So it's like I've got like old clips that I used to upload on YouTube, like small clips from like wrestling. I know I posted some on Twitter, old YouTube thumbnails. I have an intro that I used to have for my first ever YouTube channel that I rendered all the way back in November 2010 that I made with like Microsoft Paint and not Photoshop, but Windows Movie Maker. So I've got a ton of stuff still backed up and everything from more than a decade ago, which is absolutely nuts. I was surprised I was able to salvage it all, but it was absolutely amazing. It's been a while since streaming. I know I haven't streamed in almost a year. The only reason I'm streaming is because, like, I thought I would be spending time with my significant other. I thought we were going to Chicago, but I guess not. So probably going to do something next week instead. But got bored today. Thought I would hang out and have a little fun instead of just spending all night playing Cyberpunk 2077. Excuse me, my throat's getting dry and everything again. But otherwise, I just keep spending time playing Cyberpunk just to try to finish and everything, because I got all these side gigs and side jobs to complete within the game. But really fun game outside of the times where it keeps crashing on me. Let's see, whole ZTV archive type channel on the way. I don't think so. Like, I've already got 4 channels. I've heard a recommendation that I'd been given for another channel, but it's not going to be that. Anything, if I do any archival content, which I don't have a lot of, at least from personal videos, that's just going to be on Zunigism, man. I find that easier just put it on what I call the variety channel rather than just making another channel just for all this stuff. Because like I said, I've already got 4 channels. When you try to juggle that and the subreddit and the Discord server and the full-time job and a personal life, having another channel is not exactly ideal because that's a lot of things to juggle at once. Let's see. Going to post some of those videos you found eventually. I've already posted some on TikTok and a bit on Twitter. Like with the wrestling clips, I can't post them here to YouTube. I can't risk that. And a lot of them aren't even in good quality anyway. So, but I mean, some stuff is getting shared already. The thumbnails and everything, I might share someday. Like I said, because I've had them for quite a long time from my original channels. But that spinning intro that I mentioned, I did share it on Twitter and Facebook. That's almost 14 years old. And like I said, the fact that may be still one of the oldest videos that I've ever had or ever created that I still have possession of. So the fact that I was able to maintain a 6 to 7 second video from almost 15 years ago is absolutely nuts. But I mean, it still kicks in nostalgia because, again, I forgot that I even did it. Actually, that's a good point. I know, because like I said, just juggling so many things at once is not easy. I mean, that was the reason why it took me till like the last week or two to even make a new upload on Double ZWE. Because again, when you're juggling so many things, it's hard to manage. Because like I said, trying to keep a podcast upload every single week here is not the easiest, depending on the subject matter. I mean, I've already got every episode of Saturday Morning Slam all set. So thankfully, the brain rot from all that's done. And I've got some other subjects that I got to do. Like I said, I've got, let's see, what other topics do I have? Like I said, I've got Exposed Pro Wrestling Greatest Secrets that's coming up Wednesday. The July 3rd, I'm going to look up the documentary Bigger, Stronger, Faster, which I think I've only seen once, but I want to go back and finally rewatch again. Let's see. The 10th, I've got the next Saturday Morning Slam review. July 17th, I'm going to finally look at that E60 WWE Behind the Curtain documentary. I've seen it a couple times and I want to revisit it. And then the 2 weeks after, for the next 2 weeks after that, are the final 2 Saturday Morning Slam reviews. So that's going to go through the end of July. And then and then August, it's going to be the Finding Hulk Hogan documentary. So I'm going to look at that. Then the week after that is going to be the first new episode of my new project called WWE Week in Review. So that project, I'm going to cover an entire week's worth of WWE programming, like an entire calendar week worth, starting the very week that Raw made its debut. So that's going to start from the date of January 10 through the 16th from 1993. So I'm going to go what aired Sundays, then Mondays, so on and so forth. And I'm going to include like pay-per-views, Raws, C-shows, stuff like that. So that's going to happen every 3 weeks. And it's going to be a lot of stuff that I have to watch. But I think it's going to be an interesting concept there. So, and that's going to be like one of the biggest projects that's going to carry this podcast along going forward. And someday I'm also going to cover like the individual episodes of WWE CW, when WWE had their television deal with Florida Championship Wrestling, their old developmental territory. I've got almost every episode there, so I'm going to start covering that. And then also, I made the community post a little while back. Hang on one second. Watching A&E WWE documentaries? No. A lot of the documentaries, unless they're going to give me some new information outside of what you can hear from shoot interviews that happen, I don't have a reason to follow them. I mean, like, how many times have you seen documentaries about like the Montreal Screwjob and heard absolutely no new information? Thoughts on Jacob Fatu's WWE debut? I am impressed. The one thing I got to ask, can he please not make goofy faces? Like, he looks like he's constantly trying to shove his jaw, be like, "Arr!" Like, it's him and Bronson Reed who are hard to fully take seriously due to them just making goofy faces that just feel a bit too out there. But from what I see from the clip, I am impressed by his debut, and he's going to make a massive addition to the bloodline. Okay, now I'm trying to remember what I was. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. For Slim saying, did you go to SmackDown in Chicago? No. I did not know that SmackDown was even happening in Chicago, and don't have all the time in the world to attend these shows. Thoughts on the new bloodline? It's still hard to get used to just because we're used to seeing Roman Reigns around. And to see that they're even teaching that Solo Sikoa, the new quote-unquote tribal chief / head of the table, might be getting a title shot going against Cody. It's just like, unless they start building him up, I can't buy it yet. I mean, how many times has this guy lost one-on-one matches? Hey, what's up, Chris? Good evening. But, like I said, even with, I was trying to remember what I was saying. Shoot, I completely got myself thrown off. Like, oh yeah, trying to manage everything. Like I said, the fact that I'm still trying to manage everything like a third shift job, 4 YouTube channels already with all the content, everything. That's what I was talking about. The Brooke Knows Best thing. That's where I was left off at. I hate how my brain works like that. So, if you all remember, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta show this. YouTube censored my comments because of hate speech, insulted Dustin Nunn. Oh, oh God, that lol cow. God. I don't get how anybody can be a fan of Dustin, to be honest. Like, the guy blocked me on everything just because I do not agree with his homophobic and transphobic remarks. Like, no joke. It was like in some live chat that Smarkbusters are doing, he was spewing off hate, like, in transphobic comments towards Nyla Rose of AEW. And when I asked him to try to explain his point of view, instead, he just blocked me on everything. So it's like, Dustin, go to hell. Dustin Nunn came back. I know, I heard because of Destructor's video. Like, I don't get why anybody would want to be a fan of Dustin. Like I said, the guy's got no redeeming qualities, to be honest. And if that hurts Dustin's feelings, oh well. Got himself involved. Oh. Yeah, that's a sticky thing right there. Ah. Anyway, let me quickly cover the Brooke Knows Best thing, just because I want to finally talk about it after the video that I made, and I don't want to keep losing my train of thought there. So a few weeks ago, I did make a video where I talked about how the Brooke Knows Best series finale was lost media and not turned up on the internet or anything. And that was why I did not cover when I did my season 2 review of the show a year or two ago. Well, after I made my video talking about how the show was missing, or the last episode was missing, I was contacted by both Vianfuso and a member of his Discord server who actually had the last episode in their possession. And of course, like, they showed a TV, like a screenshot, like on their TV. They had a TV rip of it, and they sent me the file. So now I can fully confirm, as I mentioned in my community post, that Brooke Knows Best has been found in full, including the series finale. Eventually, also when it comes to the podcast, I will do an individual episode. It'll probably be like an impromptu squeezed in episode where I will cover the individual last episode on the podcast of Brooke Knows Best, just to finally say that I covered it all. But it's going to happen after V does his full season 2 review. The person who sent me the file asked me to wait until V does his video, so I will oblige by that. So once V gets his video done on season 2 of Brooke Knows Best, I will eventually post my series finale of Brooke Knows Best review for that. So at least the show is fully preserved. It's community post praising Elon. Oh, jeez. What is with people kissing Elon Musk's ass? Like, one moment he's praising Elon Musk, next you know, oh, I don't like Elon Musk. He's lying porn on here. What's wrong, Dustin? Does it make it feel funny? I mean, of all things for Elon Musk to do, why can't he at least do something about the bot problem? Like, I've lost count of how many times I've had fake female accounts freaking finding me and following me on Twitter. Like, that's annoying. Please, Elon, do something about that. Don't worry about making likes private or any of that other shit. Do stuff that's actually going to help the website. Because this bot problem is getting out of control, whether it be bots that are trying to send you scam links, stuff about crypto, or even these fake female accounts like I just mentioned. Dustin, known as a dork, he made a video exposing the BDF network and no one took him seriously. Nobody can take Dustin seriously. For fuck's sake, he made a video on Heel Steven all those years ago claiming that, like, he had 4 reasons why he thinks Heel Steven sucks, and all 4 of those reasons were absolutely fucking stupid. Dustin doesn't use his head. He's an idiot. Destructor showed me proof that Just Scooby attempted to swat SmartBus. Oh... That's the thing. Like, I don't get what was Just Gooby's problem with the Smart Busters. I know he had a problem with people in the server, including myself, because I've seen screenshots proving that he wanted to get me doxxed. I've seen the screenshots myself. I still got them, and I've gotten some from, like, other people whose names I will not mention, to be honest, because they asked for anonymity. But I've seen the proof that Just Gooby wants me doxxed for some reason, so he has problems with everybody in the server. I mean, Just Gooby, here's the thing. Stop trying to dox people and spend less time looking up child porn, you disgusting fuck. Yo, JC, my brother. How you been, bro? Oh, let's see. Zillify 2. Since he's soon join the Bloodline sometime. Golly, how many people do they need in the Bloodline now? Like, I get that they're making one of the most physically dominant factions of all time now, or at least within the modern era. Like, holy shit! I mean, why don't they just bring in... The only person missing from this whole equation is Rikishi. It's like, come and Rikishi got it back, that ass up. It's just funny to be honest. Dustin is funny to laugh at. I know, like I said, the guy doesn't use his head. Like, the fact that he hates that porn is available on Twitter, it's like, it's been available on there for a long fucking time. Just because it's being allowed to happen, like, now with some kind of warning, like, oh, I don't support Elon Musk anymore. It's like, Dustin, stop trying to act like a self-righteous prick. Okay? Like, for fuck's sake. he looks like freaking Carmen after Carmen got extremely overweight while everybody was playing freaking World of Warcraft on the what episode of South Park. Just wait, he's gonna one day still be sitting there in the chair and they call his mom over to put a bucket under his ass because he's got a shit because he doesn't want to get up. Mom! Mom! Shit! Instead of drinking this Coca-Cola faster, just keep it cool. People think Elon is God on Twitter. Elon is not a god. Again, he's made the platform worse. No joke. Like one of the things that I recently even did with my phone, because like I got freaking iPhone, they got this shortcuts app to where you can make a shortcut of an app that already exists. So I did that with Twitter, the Twitter/X app, and I made a new shortcut with a custom icon, and you could put like a name for the app on there for your shortcut, and I put Twitter. So in a red and black icon there on my phone, it says Twitter. It'll lead me to the exact same app, but it's like, hey, it's still Twitter to me. God dang it! It don't matter how you try to rebrand it. It's been Twitter for me for the past 15 years. Let's see. It's because Just Gooby falsely accused them thinking that they're just John Gooby is impersonating him or something. Since it says the same name, Just Gooby's real name is John. That's just a stupid reason to go after like the smart busters. Like, come on. It's like if he has a beef, talk it out or anything. But then it's like if he has beef with them, why does he want to dox other people within the community? Like like an idiot. And I've heard like conflicting reports saying either his first name is Richie or John. It's like there's not a whole lot of information on the guy. It's just like Just Gooby can go fuck himself, to be honest. Bloodline is too many members. It's like the NWO at this point. It's like, oh, it's a big group, but there are too many people here. It's like if you have so many people in your faction that you got to put them on like a double-decker bus it's to get the whole faction to travel town to town. And it's like, yeah, you got too many people. Okay? The Julio, Tom and Loa's brother. I find it weird that they even got was it Tamatanga or whatever his name is in there that used to be Camacho and like before in WWE that rode the freaking bike with a bandana and shit. It's weird to think he's reinvented himself and now he's back in WWE as part of this whole faction. I mean, hell, here's an idea. Put Tamina in there, why don't you? Get a female member for your faction, like the Bloodline faction. Give her something to do after all these years. I mean, you might as well. I mean, a lot of factions out there have had some kind of female representative. Look at Judgment Day. You got Rhea Ripley. DX, you had China. The Oddities, you had Luna Vachon. Do that stuff. Those Cold Busters, again, that's a different Gooby there, Charles. John Gooby is the bear. He's cool. Just Gooby is different. Just Gooby is a sick pervert that allows child porn to be sent through his old Discord server. Two different people. Just making that clear. He's Camacho. I didn't know that. I didn't know until I looked that up either. Like, the only thing I remember from Camacho, like I said, was that he had a team with the original Sin Cara. What was his name? Hunico. That's what his name. They're just riding on the bike together, trying to act like they're like these freaking gangsters or whatever from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Yay, Holmes. Hey. Tonga Law. Oh, okay. I can't keep track of all these names. It's like you got so many people being brought into the company that it's not easy to keep track of who is and who is not there. Like you got so many people in NXT that I can't identify. It's like, geesh. Excuse me. Have you heard of the Dr. Disrespect stuff? Yes. But I also have to say with everybody, until there's concrete evidence to back up like these claims of what was said on Twitter, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You can't just take an accusation at face value. We need proof. If Dr. Disrespect did do what he was accused of, then yes, everybody has every reason to go against him. But we can't. But an accusation is not enough. You have to have evidence to back it up. Plain and simple. And I think I heard that he sent up like a follow-up like tweet and everything denying that any of that stuff, like saying that the stuff is still confidential and what happened and everything, but it's like there's no wrongdoing like admittance on either side. So it's just like, it's still crazy that after all these years, we still don't know why Dr. Disrespect really got banned from Twitch. So again, if people want to make those claims, again, you got to remember, you have to have evidence. An accusation is not enough. Plain and simple. It's how the world works. That whole thing of innocent until proven guilty. And the fact that like the internet acts first and waits for evidence later is pretty sick. I mean, like, look what happened with Pro Jared. I know it's like a different, like somewhat different subject matter in ways, but I'll use him as an example. Online, he got outed, like given accusations saying that he was cheating on his wife at the time, that he was sexting minors and all this other stuff. And like people just instantly believed it instead and being like, oh, he's silent. He must be hiding. It's like, no, he was gathering evidence to have a counter argument to all this. And I think he did a proper job actually countering everything and proving his innocence from all these claims. Like about people claiming that he sexted minors, which he proved to be untrue, people lying about their ages and all that stuff, and misremembering information, being claimed that he was a cheater, even though his then wife wanted an open marriage. So it's just like, it's one of those instances where people don't want to wait for evidence. They just want to instantly believe whoever sends out an accusation first. And it gets weird when people do that, like they falsely accuse somebody of something, and then they instantly get proven wrong right afterwards. So it's like, people got to remember, there are receipts. Receipts exist for a reason. Imagine if they did Wyatt 6 versus the Bloodline. That would be rather wild. Like I said, I know they say that they want to get Alexa Bliss into this Wyatt whole Wyatt faction, but again, the only way they'll work against the Bloodline is, again, try putting Tamina in there. Give Tamina something to do. She's part of the Bloodline, technically. Like, within that lineage of sorts. One of those sorts, trust me, bro. I know. Because again, you even look at that tweet that the guy that started all, it didn't even list Dr. Disrespect's name. It just said he, like in saying somebody was getting banned for why somebody got banned, but he didn't say Dr. Disrespect's name directly there. But then Dr. Disrespect's like reply, so all that kind of raised eyebrows. Like I said, again, until we get actual evidence to like for the stuff, we have to wait it out and actually hear things out. Because again, the fact that Twitch never said why, and Dr. Disrespect knows why, but he won't say, it's like, that's the frustrating thing. We just want answers. Like, you hear reports for why other people get banned. So why not? Why that? Why being so secretive? Or the Quiet situation. I've seen that video back a couple times. Quiet is cool from what I've seen. And I've seen a lot of his content like over the last little while. And I've seen his video. He also did a fantastic job countering the arguments, or countering the statements that were made against him. So also, again, props to Quiet on all this. You like the YouTuber? Oh God, I'm Alex, that guy. Yeah, there are constantly reports of that guy being a fucking snake. And then you hear the stuff that he recently said and did. It's like, dude. Like, why would you say that stuff against your girlfriend, you fucker? Heck, put Naomi in the Bloodline. She married to Jimmy Uso. Well, that's the iffy thing, though, there, because Jimmy, as we know, he's no longer, like, pretty much got ejected from the Bloodline to also write him off television because he's injured. So, like, if he's going to be away from the Bloodline, it probably wouldn't make sense to then put Naomi in there and go against her husband. Like, it would be weird to go with the family that you're connected to over the man that you married in terms of this, like, connection there. It would make more sense for her to stay by Jimmy's side rather than abandon him. Here's a big tip, folks. If you ever like do a weed vape, which like is a little weird, don't do that and drink Coca-Cola because it's counterproductive there. I'm Alex is done for. I know. Like that. I'm Alex, dude. You never hear anything positive about him. You always hear that he's a backstabber, a weasel, and all that shit. And again, this recent stuff, the guy is fucked up. I don't know if Alex responded, but F him, yep. Can't frick the guy again. He's just a fucking snake. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Kavlos, if he hasn't already made a video saying, "This video will make you hate I'm Alex." Yeah, he tends to do that a lot with a lot of people. Whew. Ugh. Another hit of the vape feels good. Oh. Even if it gets you coughing up both lungs, your liver, and 7 of your wrists. Whew. Cough in a burp, cough in a burp. Oh, I didn't see that Umbrella actually shared my stream now. Thank you, Umbrella. Let's see. What flavor are you vaping? I think it's ice cream cake. Like, the original flavor that I got was a London pound cake, which I freaking loved. And I've also got one that says Grease Monkey and Peach Cobbler. I tried the Peach Cobbler. Didn't mind it at all. Grease Monkey, I have not tried it. And there was one other one. I don't know what flavor I tried last month. But, like, whatever it was, it got me high out of my mind to the point where I remember laying there in the passenger seat of the car and I could not move. So high there. Let's see. Oh, again, excuse me, why so much gas and all that stuff going through my system. Oh, and our notifications there for Twitter. Oh, okay, that's more people liking the video tweet. Oh, who's got that Shawn Michaels clip? I shared the one that I still had on my flash drive of DX reuniting back in 2006. This may be the reuniting of DX. Let's see. Are you into lesser known media / obscure media? Christian Fakes loves it. I don't think I've gotten into lesser known media. Like, any kind of media outside of wrestling has not been my forte just yet. I mean, I've tried to see some low known films or anything. Well, not a lot of films or even like less known, like some sporadic movies once in a while. Like, I think like even the last movie I saw, it was like called The Skinny or something, which was like how can I describe it? It's like an LGBTQIA plus movie that showed like a bunch of African American like tourists that were coming to New York to celebrate Pride Week, and there was a bunch of stuff going on. So like with love and trying to like enjoy the week and friendships having troubles. So like it's a movie that I got recommended here on YouTube, and I actually really enjoyed it. I haven't had even saved the movie in my hard drive, and I might want to watch it again, but it's one of those rare times where I watch a movie that I didn't know existed, was recommended, and it's at least here on YouTube to watch, so you don't have to buy or rent it. Big thick. Let's see. Any news from Mark Stan known for copying rights striking people? I can't remember the last time people contacted me unless they left comments on my videos on the company and I've completely forgotten. But at least within the wrestling community, I have not heard anybody getting hit. So, not lately. Let me grab my phone. Huh. Oh, then all of a sudden I check and I see I've got I must speak English. I must. I've just got an email notification saying that somebody left a comment on my podcast episode talking about Mark Stan enforcement. And I think it's in Spanish. ¿Qué se puede hacer? I guess there must be somebody wondering about the drama and all that. At least that I can think of. YouTuber Tech Lead made a video. I just saw some ordinary gamers video on that subject matter. Like that whole thing is beyond messed up. The guy is essentially this guy is just trying to scare away criticism, which is not going to help him because he just admitted he's doing the stuff to try to silence critics and get their information. It's like, dude, that's not how the system works on this website. You do not freaking abuse the system just because you want people's information. If you can't handle the criticism, get off the fucking platform. You can't just try to scare people into silence. If you're doing fucked up shit and like you're making that shit public, it's like, dude, you're pretty much asking for like the backlash in the first place, like that token and all that shit. Oh, now I just realized that the stalker is shit talking me yet again on Twitter. Hey, to the redneck, in case you're listening to this streamer now, which I wouldn't be surprised if you still are, why do you have 4 Twitter accounts that you've tried watching me from? Genuine question, because I know you exposed your most recently created Twitter account that you were watching me from just recently. Probably the same Twitter account that you stole one of my artwork pieces that I just shared that was AI generated from just the other day. Please explain yourself there, Stalker Boy. Yeah. But yeah, I saw some ordinary gamers video about this whole subject matter. It's like, you're not supposed to use the system to gain people's information, dude. If you're going to file a strike on somebody, it has to be because you feel like they infringed on your copyright, not just because you're petty. You don't like how people are hurting your feelings. Because again, if you do some fucked up shit, expect backlash. If you can't handle it, again, get off a public platform like that. Make yourself a public figure, you're going to be subject to that. You can't just go around striking people just because your feelings are hurt. That's abuse of the system. YouTube's system is also broken. I know. I saw that with some of the community guideline stuff that I went through. I mean, I was glad that anytime I've had any community guideline takedowns, I was able to get them always like reversed. But it's just like the system, people just love to abuse, and it's pathetic. And then you got to fight. See, the last film I saw was Bad Boys Ride or Die. I can't even remember, outside of the Skinny, that movie that I just mentioned, I can't remember the last time I saw a movie before then. I mean, I know there might be some wrestling-related movies. Like, I think there's a wrestling movie from 1986 called Body Slam. That's eventually going to be a subject that I'm going to cover for a podcast episode, but that's going to be a long time. Long time from now. Okay, earliest WWF memory. Well, kind of ironic that you mentioned this because, let's see, today's what, the 22nd? It was 2 days ago was actually the 19th anniversary of when I first started watching wrestling. And that's like my earliest memory, being here in this room, laying in bed, tuning in and finding Raw on Spike TV back when it was still around. Now it's the Paramount Network and all that stuff. But tuning into Raw, watching Shelton Benjamin versus Carlito, June 20, 2005. I was like, all right, I'll just watch this because it's the middle of the night, nothing to watch. Been watching it ever since then. So yeah, the earliest memory being when I first discovered Raw, 19 years ago now. Man, time is flying by. Favorite Pokemon movie? The only movie I think I remember seeing of Pokemon was the original one, Pokemon the movie 2000. So I think that's just the default, just because it's the only one I've seen so far. Let's see. Favorite Pokemon game? Pokemon Channel. No. I can never praise that game. Screw that one. It was so boring. Favorite Pokemon game overall? That's at least for personal nostalgia, I might still say Pokemon Emerald. Because like I've invested so much time in that game, and I still have my original Gen 3 cartridge. So at least that one still sticks out the most. Because like, yeah, shiny hunting was also a pain in the ass because you couldn't lower your odds and everything, but it's like going through the battle frontier and coming up with strategies. Yeah, it really got addicting to me. Hey, Dylan, what's up? Still playing GT Online. It's honestly been a while since I played. Like, as soon as I got into stuff like with Fortnite and the latest WWE games, I took a break. I've still got it on my Xbox, and I might want to try it out because of the new DLC, but I honestly can't remember the last time I played it. Rather shocking. I mean, I'll probably get into it once I get back into GTA Online once I finish up with Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, I love double E. Vladimir Kozlov has got giant penis. Russia, Mother Russia will stomp you. Come stuck to my double E penis. It is big and veiny and throbby. I get all the bitches. I'm Vladimir Kozlov. Now Santino gives me tea. Vladimir Kozlov loved Russia. He might also know Nico Bellic. Nico Bellic could come to double E. He could be a new version of Val Venus. Come to fuck all the bitches. Yeah. Oh, the impressions always kick in, huh? Dotson and his wife. I heard some of the drama there, like conflicting reports of who's influencing who. But I mean, it's pretty safe to say as soon as iDubbbz got mixed with this woman, he completely went to a different direction. All of a sudden, he has feelings and he regrets doing Content Cop, even though the criticisms he was delivering back in the day were very valid. Again, look at Tana Mojo. Oh, how dare you say the N-word? Oh, like, I hate you, but then there's clips of her saying the term and her bullshit excuse. I mean, I even found it stupid, like, when iDubbbz made his apology videos, like, oh, Tana, I'm sorry for going to your event and harassing you. It's like, is it really harassment when you only said, like, 2 words to her? You just came up to her just for a bit of fun, to be like, say, and then that word? But it's just like, it's a shame to see what iDubbbz has become. He's completely fallen off. Dan's cool. You remember, have you ever went to WWE show in the 2000s? Nope. The only WWE event I've ever been to, I can't remember what episode of the podcast it was, but I do have it here on YouTube, was December 16, 2014 episode of SmackDown number 800. Still the only WWE event I've ever been to. Have not been fully motivated to attend any future shows. I mean, the indie shows that I've attended, like over 20 of them, those ones I feel like are more worth my money and time and investment. The fact that they come around and like in a town and everything is easy. It's a lot of fun. So it means like I've been to far more local shows compared to WWE. I mean, maybe I'll go back to a WWE event someday, but I'm not really sure. I didn't even have a reason to go to I'll get to the other comments in a minute. Even I had people last year asking if I was going to SummerSlam, and I just kept telling them every time, no, I'm not going to SummerSlam, not going to SummerSlam, and I stuck to it. But yeah. So far, like I said, only been to one WWE show almost 10 years ago. I already covered it before. And it was a fun time. I'm just not always invested in having to also keep up with every single thing WWE is doing and then having to pay money for the arena tickets and everything. Because, again, the smaller shows that I've gone to, far cheaper, easier to access, a lot more fun. So I find that to be a bit more rewarding. Hold on a second. We got the stalker again. Don't mention me again can you learn how to type, you freaking ignoramus? My God, I know you dropped out of homeschooling when you were 14, but my God, dude. It's if you do, not if you do. Like, holy shit, dude. You are so fucking uneducated. I mean, if you needed a tutor for, like, English or grammar or anything like that, you could have asked me for it. But then again, I know it would have been free because you don't have any money to pay with. Let's see. Nisa chimed in Dr. Disrespect drama. Claims they knew. Again, I don't know why she butted in like that. Smashburger. I've honestly never heard of Smashburger before. I know of Whataburger, but I've never heard of Smashburger. Heard good news about you. I just never watch your content or got around to it. Well, it's all good, Winter King. It's all good. Havoc said he wants to face Goldberg in Ladder's retirement match. Why can't Goldberg just retire already? Or Ryback, of all people. Ryback rules! Vote on my poll if you're not a bot! I was even surprised to see that he even posted like some kind of tweet recently that was actually positive. And it was just like, wait a minute. This guy's actually saying something positive for once after shitting on everything like ever. That's a big surprise. But this Nickelodeon fan, yeah, y'all should realize that's the redneck. The guy whose daddy lets him do whatever he wants. The guy who stalks me, steals my photos, wants me to get fucked by a gorilla. Same guy who actually recently said in a YouTube video he wants me to get killed in an accident involving a tow truck. And yes, Brian, I know you deleted the video, but I saved it before you could delete it, so I've got the evidence and you can't deny it because I've got the proof. Yeah, still ever messing around with the AW Gamers, the Lost Cause? I mentioned that when I just looked over my Nintendo Switch game collection. I have not touched that game in a while. Like, I have not tried out the new DLC or the Stadium stuff or anything like that. Or I haven't even unlocked Owen Hart. Does kid know about Dan Schneider with Predator Ring? I think he does. I mean, he watches everything Nickelodeon related. Probably still jacks off to iCarly to this day. Have you ever been to Smash Burger or Five Guys before? Smash Burger, I've honestly never heard of it. Five Guys, I've probably been to at least twice. I think I might have been to it. It's been at least once or twice. I think I might have been to one down in Texas with my family. Like, because I can't remember what year it was, but I know it was like they had like these one-way mirrors. Like, you go into the bathroom, you could see people out in the dining room area to eat food when they're eating food. But it's been a while since I've been there. Tying one hand, the other's on his ding dong. What ding dong? What ding dong? Goldberg wins one more match. Yeah, that's been said as of late. So the thing is, the guy can't act entitled saying like, I deserve one more match. Like Goldberg, you got to remember, not everybody's got the honor of being able to have one more match, and you can't act like you're owed it. Now they drop your link, I will fight you. How are you supposed to fight me? We're on the internet, you imbecile. And I know what you'll try to do. If I drop the link, you're going to get in here and porn bomb me. You really think I'm that stupid? Like, my God, do you ever think? Ever? Nickelodeon sucks and full of predators. Yeah, that whole, oh God, that documentary. The whole thing with Dan Schneider and that dude who did unspeakable things to Drake Bell and all that shit. Like, I feel so sorry for Drake for the stuff that he had to go through back then, because that just caused that downhill slope for him. Hopefully he's okay now. I know he did like a follow-up video interview on YouTube. And again, I'm just hoping nothing but for the best for his future. Play-Doh Sweet posting Patrick from SpongeBob falling asleep. See the match happen. Oh God, it's weird. I would friggin' laugh if Ryback blocked me on Twitter. And surprisingly, he hasn't done so before. And then all of a sudden, he unblocks everybody. Is that Brian O'Lord banned him? I don't want it. Like I've only got one other person that's like admin or moderator. I don't want to ban. If he wants to start running his mouth, I'll easily fight back against this stalking son of a bitch. And if you don't drop a link, you're a coward. Learn how to spell. First of all, it's a capital I at the beginning for if. You, it's Y-O-U. Then you're missing a comma after the word link. Then you need Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, and then saying a coward, and then you need punctuation at the end. Maybe you would have learned this stuff if you didn't drop out of homeschooling. Anyway. Hollywood is awful for me. That's why lesser known. Yeah, good idea there. Because, again, you're seeing so many bad stories like with like Hollywood and everything about children being exploited, and you even look at what's happened with like a lot of child stars. Look at Amanda Bynes. One moment she's living a normal life, next thing you know, she's just completely turned like a complete 180, and it's just like her life hasn't been the same. Like, my gosh, I hope she gets help. Like, it's amazing that you ever hear about like people going to like being child actors and still keeping a even head, like a level head on their shoulders. Like, you don't hear about stuff happening to Miranda Cosgrove or Victoria Justice or even names like Hilary Duff. But then you look at names like, you look at the troubles that Drake Bell's gone through and Amanda Bynes and others. It's just like, you gotta be thankful that there are people that are lucky, fortunate enough to still keep a level head, and then wish nothing but the best for those who need help with recovery. Like, to be able to go through that stuff and still be okay at the end is a miracle. Wonder if Dan Schneider did anything to Amanda Bynes. I don't think it's ever been completely known. There's been speculations. I think Dan Schneider gave a response in one interview that he did with that. It's that actor dude who played Tebow on the original iCarly, which I've seen better interviews, to be honest. He's denying that anything happened. Again, we don't know anything for sure just yet. Still blocked by Ryback on Instagram. The weird thing about Instagram, I got this notification and I tweeted out and everything. Just recently, surprisingly, I got followed on Instagram by Maven Huffman. And I saw that. I was like, dude, freaking awesome. Yeah, that's a big plus there. Platinum SpongeBob Cosmic Shake on PS4 was really fun. Battle for Bikini Bottom War. I think I kept going back and forth on whether or not I want to have that on for my Nintendo Switch. Like, I kept forgetting that Cosmic Shake was happening, and I still haven't played the Bikini Bottom Rehydrated just yet. That's going to be a future one that I got to do. Rumors I might get a Xbox Series S soon. I mean, that console is worth it, but then I've also got to get the X because, like, I've still got plenty of Xbox One games that I just can't play without having to pull on my Xbox One. Just because that whole non-compatibility with physical games, because, there's no hard drive or disk drive to put your games in there. It's like, great, the investment into these physical games was well worth it. Yeah, okay, there was Facebook again. Yeah, anyway. Let's see. Facts, hope the victims are better. Feel bad for them. Yeah. Again, that's all we can hope for, because nobody should go through the type of trauma and stress and everything that they got to go through as kids. Like, to go through that shit is just absolutely just uncalled for. Just got a gaming PC, first one. I owned it. Sweet. Welcome to the club, dude. Maven has a great YouTube channel. I know. I don't think I've missed an upload that he's ever done. I mean, I even just recently saw the one that he did with The Undertaker going over the first Hell in a Cell match against Shawn Michaels. Challenge you to one-on-one on StreamYard. One-on-one what? One-on-one what? One-on-one masturbation contest? See who comes first? I mean, it's going to be easier for me because you've got a pussy. You're probably fucking dry as a bone 24/7 anyway. Fake Roman Reigns tried to scam me, sent him a big picture of feces and blocked him. Yikes! It's like somebody bugs you, it's like, eat shit. Still laughing getting blocked by JBL on Twitter, although I haven't been blocked on Instagram. I'm still laughing at how I freaking got myself blocked by JBL. Aha, I could kill him, Merrill, Cody, Merrill. It's like, oh, well, you think you're so tough, JBL. I bet you have the same mindset towards Joey Styles. Let's see, confrontation. And don't worry, I won't porn bombing. You honestly think I trust your disrespectful ass? After everything you've said and done for the past 3 years, do you honestly expect me to trust you? No. I wouldn't trust you as far as I could throw you, dude, after all the shit you've said and done over the past 3 years. Okay, let's not forget, you obsessively call me 21 times in the course of a month. You lie to my name constantly and still do to this day, and I'll get to that in just a second. You follow my friends. You stalked me on social media, stole my photos. You said you want me to get fucked by a gorilla, threatened to send your dad in my house to put a bullet in my head. You said you want to urinate on the graves of my grandmother and my best friend. You freaking said you want me to die in a tow truck accident. And you're also, like I said, falsely claiming that I harassed your family, even though I've never even had a conversation with any members of your family outside the time you brought your mother to the live stream like a little bitch for no reason. So how can I harass people that I've never even spoken to? And also, you even lied again during one of your recent videos where you claimed that my old channel banner had an Illuminati symbol on there, even though I told you in a call, and Umbrella is a freaking witness to all this, I told you what that symbol was. It was a parody of the Legend of Zelda Triforce that you saw on there, but instead you claimed it was Illuminati, and then your recent video that you still got up on your channel, you once again claimed that I'm supporting the Illuminati, so it went one ear and out the other because you were just trying to spread bullshit information about me. You cannot be trusted. You have proven it. And I've got so much evidence against you to prove that you cannot be trusted. You will not be on the stream because I do not trust it. You will not porn bomb me, you pile of shit. Hell, do you even have a job yet? Do you do anything besides sitting around doing nothing? For fuck's sake, you're going to be like 25 years old this year. And all day you spend on social media stalking me. You spend all the time making constant accounts. For fuck's sake, you've got 4 Twitter accounts now that you have stalked me from. 4. You are creepy. You are the biggest creep ever. I told you I don't know how many times. Get out of my life. After 3 fucking years. And you don't listen. I do not need you in my life, redneck. I do not need you in my life. Nothing will make me forgive you. Period. After all the shit you've said and done. And like I said, with the remarks you made about me, all those videos that you made when you were first stalking my Twitter account before and making videos all night long, replying to everything that I was saying and doing, I saved every single video that you made. And like I said, including where you threatened to send your dad in my house to put a bullet in my head, and the other where you said you wanted to piss on my grandmother's grave. The moment you said that, that was the point of no return. My grandmother did nothing to you. Hell, you never even talked to my grandmother. Because by the time you and I were like first talking and everything, she had already passed away by that point. So to say that you wanted to urinate on my grandmother's grave is absolutely disparaging. You can go fuck yourself with a fishing rod. Hell, do everybody a favor. Take dog food, smother it all over your ass, and then let a dog bite you just so you have more reason to try to attack another dog with a baseball bat, why don't you? Fuck you and the horse cock you rode in on, you fucking cousin fucking son of a bitch. Anyway. How's GF? I'm not going to go in full details on that publicly and everything, because then Alabama boy is going to lose his shit. He's probably going to be pissed that I get more action than he does. So he plays WWE Supercard. I check it every day, but I don't try to grow at this point. I play more WWE Champions rather than Supercard, but I'll at least check on it every day. How many wrestlers blocked you? Name them. That's why I wish Twitter would say this. I know Hogan's blocked me. I don't know why. It might have something to do with that whole hashtag Ask Dixie thing. Goldust has had me blocked since 2011. JBL a handful of years ago. And those are the only 3 I can easily think of. Like I said, if there was a way to see a list of seeing who has you blocked rather than just saying how many people blocked you, it would be easier to have this information. So again, I don't know directly. I know of at least 3. Has the same Natalia towards Steve Blackman. Steve motherfucking Blackman. It's cold as ice. Just subscribe. Thank you, Winter King. Appreciate it. Is that the guy who N-bombed you in the stream? Yep. The Alabama internet stalker that dropped the N-word 3 times during one of the GTA streams. The very same one. The one with the bald-ass head and fucked up teeth. Guy can make keys with those teeth there. Don't support Nickelodeon after the new stuff they've been revealed. I barely even watch any Nickelodeon stuff. I'll watch maybe retro stuff like maybe Angry Beavers or Rocko's Modern Life, but otherwise Maybe it's also because, like, I don't have cable. But it's just like, like, I just haven't paid attention to any Nickelodeon stuff. It's like they spend way too much time just focusing on friggin' SpongeBob and all that stuff because that's their only thing that they can go off of. Trying to get a job just takes time. Exactly. You're at least putting the effort there, Winter King. Alabama boy, not so much. Yeah, say restraining order. No joke. I actually threatened to file one, and at first, Alabama boy, it's like, oh, you don't have the guts to do so. But afterwards, I talked, like, got in a live chat with him. He's like, then begging me not to do it. This guy has no life, clearly. You know the whole backstory on this guy. I've got a video here on the channel from almost 2 years ago called 1.5 Years of Stalking, Harassment, and Privacy Complaints. Basically, this guy is an ex-friend of mine, kept obsessively calling me against my wishes while I was asleep, lied to my name, picked fights with my friends, then afterwards, he is stalking me on social media, constantly getting his, like, he's getting more drama, like, more involved with drama and causing headaches with everybody. He friggin' falsely accused me of harassing his family, threatened my life, friggin' threatened to get me doxxed, almost forgot that. He also publicly tweeted out my email address and also said he wants me to get fucked by a gorilla and so many other things. It's like, you can make your own documentary about this guy. You did not call my mom a bitch. No, I didn't. Clearly did not. Again, I've never said anything disparaging about your mother, because I know your mother, she's actually proven to be a good parent, because she's actually tried to put discipline in you. But then again, your father, it's been established that he undoes the punishment. So that's why you're constantly friggin' acting out and shit and thinking that you can get whatever you want. Because you're entitled little bitch. Anyway. It's no better than just Gooey or Dustin. I know. Oh, God. Both of those names combined. Poison. Imagine Shawn Michaels for me. Then Val Venus also. I blocked Val Venus because of his fucking transphobic shit. Like, Val Venus, go fuck yourself, dude. You disgusting fuck. Meryl! I blocked everyone for no reason, Meryl! Uncalled for and wrong. Yep. Guy really is a creep. Exactly! Like I said, the guy wants me to give him biscuits and butt sex, because for some reason, this guy is so entitled to be given everything that he wants that he cannot handle being told no. He can't handle it. So because of that, he wants me dead. Because according to him, not being friends with somebody who's mentally inept, somebody who drops out of high school when he's being homeschooled, well, actually, no, middle school while being freaking homeschooled, not wanting to be with somebody who's got a low IQ, obsessively called, so on and so forth, apparently not wanting to be friends with him is actually the worst thing ever. Because of that, he wants me gone off YouTube and dead. Well, not gonna happen, dude. Not gonna retire, not gonna leave, so not giving you what you want, don't care. Don't like it? Shove it up your ass. Not to mention Bart Gunn, you knocked out JBL. Got knocked the fuck out of Meryl. Yeah, what's up, Chen? What's up, bruh? On your GTA before? Yep, plenty of times. Like I said, he's the stalker that's dropped the N-word in one of the live streams that I've also reposted here on the channel. We slapped his mother. Why? Blocked me and never tweeted about them or tagged them. Well, that's weird. You're a high school dropout? Dude, I actually graduated high school in 2010. High school diploma and all. So get your facts right. And once again, learn how to type. It's YOU_RE space A / high school dropout. You can't type for shit. I'm like, my God, go back to school. That is if you know the way there. And now I know this. Yep. The very same boy. I'm going to put a good, healthy seed here. Oh, God. Ugh. Yes. This is the Nickelodeon fanboy there. Let's see. Which comment of his should I re-highlight here? Not that one I watched. StreamYard one. Oh, yeah, that. So, there we go. Don't know why computer's acting up a little bit. Yeah, this boy wants to fight. Trust me, dude, if you and I were in a physical, like real life physical fight, you'd be lying on the ground, curled up in your own blood because you're weak. Full-blooded weak. I mean, hell, a gust of wind would be enough to knock you over and mortally wound you because you have absolutely no muscles or bone structure whatsoever. I mean, hell, you can't even fight for yourself. Anytime you've ever gotten ganged up upon, like within a live stream or anything, you'll call other people to come into the friggin' stream to fight in your defense. Because you can't handle shit all on your own because you're a little child. But I mean, yes, this is the Alabama stalker. Hillbilly, redneck, inbred, cousin fucker. Boy who's given everything that he wants because he's an entitled, spoiled little child. Guy who doesn't know how to handle being told no, wants everything his way. Yeah, the most pathetic guy on the platform. I mean, I just had a talk with him with a few other people on Umbrella's recent live stream, and other people have also seen the evidence of all the stuff that this man-child has said and done. Like I said, I've got all this backed up, so if anybody has any doubts of anything that I've said about this guy, I've got evidence backed up to support my claims. Like I said, screenshots about the stuff that he said on social media, including one where he called me an N-word lover and then like shitting on me for being part of the LGBTQIA plus community because, oh God, that's the worst thing ever. It's going to bring the end of the world. So again, he's friggin' homophobic, so don't need that shit in my life. Like, this guy has got so many problems because he has no life and nothing to do besides sit around. Which is a pretty sad existence right there. I'm sure everybody can agree with that. Anyway, just stopping by to show some support before work, brother. All right, have a good shift there at Light Jaden. Don't smoke too many cigarettes, dude. You knock out that ass with one punch like Joey Styles did to JBL. Like, boom! Like 2008 all over again. Like that freaking reference was what got me blocked by JBL in the first place. Haha, I could tie Cody to a train. I could kill him tomorrow. Yeah, I bet you had the same mindset towards Joey Styles there. Block. Oh, there must be some truth. JBL not happy. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling I was even hearing Snapchat going off. Note to self, I have got to remember to get this battery officially replaced for this phone. Like, I've had this phone for like 5.5 years, and the battery's been a little spotty with like performance, like, and everything like that. So I got to remember to get that replaced when I can, because I know I could upgrade my phone finally after 5.5 years, but there's something in me that just really likes that iPhone XR, XR, or however the name is pronounced. And plus, I've got my own custom case on there, and even one of those ring stands that I got for like a few bucks at FYE last month. So I kind of don't want to part with that one. Shimaro, coming out from Boeing, show Shimaro. Hey, Brian, what's up, bro? Hope you had a good birthday not that long ago, dude. Yeah, man. But now, when it comes to this redneck dude, it doesn't surprise me that he's got multiple accounts. Like, he's got how many YouTube channels? Like, I know he's had, let me check. Gotta check on this quick a second as I'm live on the air. Because I gotta get the info there. Make sure it's right and accurate. Yep, so now I think that's like at least 3 YouTube channels that he's got. 2 of which he's already commented here in the live chat, with one of these being this one that looks like that who was that? That big cheese that freaking block that would kind of talk or make noise during those commercials. Yeah. That's what it all looks like. It almost looked like a big pile of cheese. Well, Double Z, you're part of the LGBTQ like me. Yes, I am part of the LGBTQIA plus community. In fact, I am hoping to go to my very first Pride event next week. That was a wild one. Awesome, dude. Told General Jerry I got blocked by Jet, but he'll laugh his ass off. Damn right, Jerry's going to love that. This guy wants more than your partner, brother. Oh, duh. Again, that's what's wrong with this redneck boy. He wants biscuits and butt sex. I'm not giving him either. Because again, A, who knows what disease he's already got. And 2, I'm not giving him biscuits because I can't cook. The Shady C Network. Oh, God, I haven't heard that name in forever. If you're talking about the redneck boy, no, that's not Shady C. They're 2 different people. Really hope Breaking Benjamin release a new album sooner than later. Long overdue. I know, in terms of like full-blooded new album content, we haven't seen anything since Ember. I know they did release the Aurora album, which I still got to get. But in terms of an album with fresh new content without any like redoing, like reimagining the sorts, yeah, it's been a little bit. Last month, I bet on an autographed Iron Sheet card. It's autograph. Wait, whose autograph did you get on there to make a bet on there? But yeah, like I was saying about the redneck boy, he now has at least 3 YouTube channels. And I know he's had other ones because I got the screenshots of that stuff too. He's got 4 Twitter accounts just to stalk me from. I don't know how many Facebook accounts he's got or any other social media, but yeah, this guy's rather creepy. He's like that guy. I mean, Brian, you might as well come out of the closet already, dude. I mean, I know it's Pride Month, and you clearly want my asshole, so you might as well just come out of the closet already. Hell, if you want, I'll send you a greeting card, or like one of those Hallmark cards, whoever, to celebrate the occasion. I mean, you got to stop lying to yourself, dude. You really got to stop. The first problem to solving a problem is admitting that you have one. And your problem is you want me, but I don't want you. So just move on with your life, you little creep. Anyway, there might be a teasing new album later this year. I hope so. Oh, man. I mean, that's the thing that I always love about Breaking Benjamin. They've been my favorite band ever since I found out about them around like not high school, but college. And most of the songs in my playlist on Spotify, Breaking Benjamin. Love it, love it, love it. How many accounts does this clown have? A lot. Again, but then again, what do you expect from a guy who has no life? Again, doesn't have a job, no friends to go and hang out with, no known hobbies. Outside, like I said, just sitting around jacking off to iCarly all day. I mean, that is one messy pussy, though. It's like, you can't expect anything more. The kind of people that are always going to have a ton of accounts on social media and everything are the kinds that have no life. Like I said, at least 3 YouTube channels and 4 Twitter accounts now. Like, I know he's gone through more YouTube channels because I've got all those screenshots and everything from the comments he's made over the years. Excuse me. Let's see. On September 21st, it'll have been 20 years since Green Day American Idiot. Golly, I thought the album was a bit more recent than that. Like, I know Boulevard of Broken Dreams became a #1 hit around 2005, 2006-ish. But 20 years from then, one album is insane. Last week, bet on an authentic Iron Sheik trading card. Even had a certificate of authenticity. Got too expensive. Yeah, wow. Fucking bullshit. We miss you, Iron Sheik. We love you, man. Thank you for saying fuck the Hulk Hogan. Not surprised if it's true. Reminds me of Dustin on. I always have to keep fighting back about wanting to make content on my other channel, laughing at Dustin at this point. Because again, the guy has just made an absolute ass of himself over the years. He's fucking pathetic. I'm pissed at people. Let's talk about Chris Benoit. Don't ever mention my family. Like, Dustin is just a fool. When you mention the Amanda Bynes situation, shows or situations prove Hollywood and TV networks do damage to actors no matter the age. I know. Again, I hope she gets the help that she needs because You look at all the family drama that she's had and all that shit. It's just like, my gosh. Last concert you've been to? Surprisingly, I still haven't been to a concert yet. I mean, I want to someday, but I've never been one of those guys that likes going to like big public outings, like a concert or anything like that. Because like any kind of public stuff is not really my feel. Like I'm not even comfortable really being at a bar of all places. Maybe it's my introverted like feel and everything like that, but going to public stuff like that is not really my go-to type of thing. Because fuck the Mondays. Yeah, we like Mondays. Not even Garfield. Meow. So I gotta watch the Sheik documentary. Was that the A&E documentary? If it's on A&E, then I'll have to check for it. I know I've got a website I can find the stuff at. Anyone checked on more of Poppy? She performed like a few times. Well, then I see. I don't think I've heard that name before. Well, then again, I don't really hear much about stuff, anything involving NXT in the first place, because that's a lot more wrestling to try to keep an eye on. The Mustafa's parents is too lazy, complains too much. Dustin's definition of an insult, of course. Autism as an excuse, tell people to report accounts that criticize him. Dustin has got to learn, if you can't handle the criticism, get off the internet. You can't just go through censoring people. Can't handle the heat. Get out of the kitchen. That simple, Dustin. Get off your ass. Get a job. Stop pointlessly raging at people online. You're making a fool of yourself. Let's go as the cinemas. I was possibly going to go to the movies like a month and a half ago, but then like realized that the Garfield movie wasn't out yet, and I really wanted to see it. Haven't had the opportunity to go out to the movies just to see the Garfield movie, but I want to. You watched Dark Side of the Ring documentary? I haven't seen any of the recent episodes about WCW, just because like the WCW subject about what killed it has been overdone. Like everybody's covered all these different avenues of what caused WCW to fail. The finger poke of doom, the continuation with the NWO, not pushing new stars, just everything, like old guy still hogging the spotlight, friggin' bad booking and stuff involving Vince Russo, the Time Warner merger and all that other stuff. Like, we're not really covering new ground when it comes to WCW's downfall. It's been talked about enough over the last 20 years. Is that an AI-generated photo of you? Yes, it is. Like, the full photo itself is not full AI. Like, there are different elements of AI. So, like, the person had an individual photo, then the red neon city that you see in the background, that was a different one. And then that wrestling ring was a third one. And I also had to generate like that red scorching earth that's right behind the character's head in order to make it a new logo for the podcast. Then I had to put everything together through Photoshop and everything for this new photo. I've got plenty of other AI generated images and everything for my folders and on my phone. So it's I've got a lot of these images and everything. And some of them I am also incorporating with thumbnails a little bit, just to give a bit of a feel / variety, like an overall combined feel for my content. So like an example, I will have like an AI generated like character that resembles me for this Wednesday's upcoming episode of the podcast in the thumbnail. So I'm going to try to incorporate it a bit more. Like I said, I'm not going to have AI full blown like produce my thumbnails. I'll have it produce small things and then I'll put them together myself when I can, so that there is actual work still being done with all this. Vice City Definitive Edition, bad port, still playable. I don't think I've really tried the Vice City Definitive Edition like port. I've played a bit more of San Andreas and a bit more of 3, but I still have not played Vice City. I do remember trying to play 3 and the driving was just so bad. It's just like a little bit of damage. Next thing you know, you're flipped over and your car explodes. I just can't yet. Exactly same thing, WCW stuff here all the time. And it's just like the Montreal Screwjob. How often do you ever hear new information about that? How often do they ever tell you about a new bit? Like, I remember it was either Biography or A&E. They did a documentary about Bret Hart, and most of it was talking about the Screwjob. And the only new tidbit of information I got from that was Bret Starr saying that she saw her father cry when he got home because he felt betrayed by the screw job. That was the only new bit of information I got that I never knew about the stuff involving the screw job. Otherwise, it's just the same tired, all rehashed shit. See, you can see a slasher called Max Dean. Damn. For a moment, it would have been weird if that title had only 3 X's. It's like, well, that's the kind of thing you'll see in a cinema, but in adult cinema. Check out more of Poppy Double Z. She's absolutely awesome. New song came out past month. New Way Out. Reminds me of Down with the Sickness. Sweet. If there's one song I can recommend that people I think would really love, look up the song Terrified by Versus Me. Because, especially with the intro, it had that, disturbed feel to it. Because you're, ow, throughout the vocals. One of the most kick-ass songs I've ever heard. Fucking love it. Same thing with Benoit Tragedy. Yeah, you never hear really much of anything new, though, with all that. We know there was, marital problems. That had been established before. You know that Benoit did the stuff to his wife and kid and then took his own life, and how the bodies were found and all that. And then anybody else trying to spread other information, they're just trying to come up with conspiracy theory stuff. Just try to claim, oh, he's innocent. Here's this. We let out Levy Winks into his home to record this stuff, so we got evidence that should have been on TMZ to prove that he's innocent. Lemmy Winks, he crawled right into your ass. C-Max scene, since I have a Regal Unlimited Plus. I just want to see Bike Riders, Quiet Place, D1, and definitely Horizon and American Saga. I still got to think about movies that I want to see. I've got so many movies on my computer that I still have not watched. I am falling behind. Love of God, Brett, drop it with the whole Goldberg stuff already. That's what I already said in a podcast episode. We get it. He ended your career. But again, so many people have had their careers ended by accident. Okay? It's been over 20 years. We get it. You're not a fan of Goldberg, but you don't always need to take shots at him. You keep taking shots at Eric Bischoff saying, oh, he's an idiot. He didn't know how to book me. Did Brett really think he was going to go straight to the top when he came to WCW? When you look at the other names that were already there, Hogan, Hall, Nash, Piper, Sting, Flair, Goldberg on the rise, Luger. You had so many other big names that were already there by that point. You were not going to go straight to the top there, friggin' Brett. You had other people that were there in the way first. What do you use to make your thumbnails? A font I just consider synonymous with your channel. Well, for editing thumbnails, I go with Photoshop. For the specific fonts, like the one that you see with my font and text and everything that I put in the thumbnails, it's the font called Metal Mania. In fact, I also noticed WWE even used that for their font with the advertising for the date and time and everything for the WrestleMania 37 poster, but it's Metal Mania. That's the font in case you want to look it up in case you ever want to use it. Do you remember the WWF reality check era? Which era was that? I mean, if that's the reality era that we went through, I don't remember when it ended or when it started. You had the Ruthless Aggression era, PG era, reality era, the Renaissance era. We got all these different eras that's not easy to find when they started or ended or how to really describe them. We know there was the Attitude Era. That was obvious. Then later, full confirmation that everybody agrees, Ruthless Aggression era. But then since then, nobody knows what to classify what these current eras are and when they start, when they end, when it feels like it's a new period. Dustin is in love with Chris Benoit. I am so glad you brought that up there, Chris. When back in the day, I was part of a YouTube channel called Wrestling Superfans. I think it was either that or it was Save the YWC. It was a group channel where myself and friends were making content together. They brought Dustin into a recording or a live stream. They asked him, hey, just don't talk about Chris Benoit. We need to stay on topic. And then he just went off topic to talk about Chris Benoit anyway. Benoit, he is a killer. I get it. He was one of the best technical wrestlers ever, but you can't undo what he did during that weekend. Almost freaking 17 years. In fact, it was 17 years ago now. Error for a whore. Favorite era in WWE and why? I might be biased, but I'm going to say the Ruthless Aggression era was the era from when I first started watching WWE. And you had so many like insane things going there, like Shawn Michaels going on a tear with like his matches and everything. Randy Orton being the Legend Killer back in 2007, really rising his way up. A lot of insane moments during that period. Like, I had nothing against the Attitude Era, but it had a lot of flaws there to where some things have to be questioned. Have you watched Iron Claw yet? I have not seen it. I might have it on my computer. Still have not seen it just yet. I'm going to see the sequel and horror movie Smile come out this October. Sweet. I still have to probably see some. I don't know if I've even ever seen any horror movies. I might have to at some point. Let's check out Terrified by Versus Me. Dude, you're going to love it. I'm terrified. Falling Behind Music 2. If you haven't listened to Evidence since 2021, The Bitter Truth. Yeah, I got so much music that I have a lot of time where, like, if I'm bored before, like, going to bed, like, after a long night of work, I'll take time where I'm watching, like, recommended videos on YouTube for, like, different music just to give myself some variety to add in there to see what songs I do want to hear and don't want to hear on Spotify. Depending on whether or not Spotify is going to shove the same ads down my throat and up my ass like they always do. Oh, we need to tell you about this plaque psoriasis medication. It's like, so my best friend threw me a surprise party. It was totally unexpected. Oh my God. It's like, yeah, that's the point of a surprise party. It's supposed to be unexpected. And all of a sudden, my plaque psoriasis went off. It's like, I don't care. I don't need to hear about this medication that you guys shoved down my throat over and over again. I would listen more to YouTube and a playlist, but when I'm busy with work, that means I can't always hang on to my phone and make sure the screen is active. And then they pause the friggin' video in a playlist after 4 or 5 friggin' videos and everything. Oh, video pause. Continue playing? And then you can't do anything to combat it on the iPhone. Let's see. You should check out a movie called Knox Goes Away with Michael Keaton. My brother is your assistant director. Check out a movie director of that film. Damn, dude. I'll have to check that out when I can. I'll have to make a note. Reality check era. Again, if that one is that at least the one of the more recent eras where they were PG and kind of blurring the lines with like kayfabe and real stuff, and you're like taking shot at the internet fans and all that shit. What era of WWE do you like the least? It's gotta be the freaking New Generation era. So many terrible matches and pay-per-views. The gimmicks were just horrible. Like, who's going to get invested in freaking TL Hopper or Dr. Isaac Yankum, the Body Donnas, the freaking Duke the Jumpster Drozy, Henry Godwin, the Goon? Who, like, there were so many bad things that came out of that dark period because of terrible, lazy booking. It's like, oh, we don't know who else to put Diesel up against because we're tired of putting him against Sid. Let's put him against the British Bulldog and have one of the most boring pay-per-view main events ever. It's like, terrible. That's not what I wanted. Terrible. Then you take the title off him, put it on Brett, and Diesel sits up in the ring after losing a Survivor Series like, motherfucker. It's like, that was a horrible period because they weren't making any stars. They weren't giving fans really a reason to get invested. It's like, yeah, you had some notable matches like every couple of months, but it's like a lot of these shows were awful. Look back in 95. You have WrestleMania 11 and King of the Ring 1995, 2 of the worst pay-per-views I've seen in WWE history happening in the same calendar year. And I would mention In Your House 4, Great White North, but I've only seen 2 matches from there, so I can't judge just yet. But it's like, that was a horrible period of just garbage. It's like, why would I... Like, is anybody going to really get invested in seeing the Goon win matches via countout and then try to go against Diesel for the WWF Championship? Did anybody want to see that at all? Did they really want to see Alundra Blaze versus Bertha Faye? Like, that was so bad. So, yeah, the New Generation era, no thank you. There were some bright spots, but not a lot. Favorite In Your House pay-per-view? That would be In Your House Canadian Stampede. 4 matches overall in one show. All of them are great. None of them, absolutely nothing was bad about this pay-per-view. A lot of quality in there. Fantastic. So yeah, In Your House Canadian Stampede definitely gets my vote. I'll check on the stream in just a second. Let me quickly grab another bottle of Coca-Cola because my throat's getting dry. I don't want to talk like that. Coca-Cola makes everything better, even if it's stopping me from fully getting high. Can't help it. The Goon was terrible back then. I know. He was a hockey player that got kicked out of leagues. Oh, I'm gonna come here to the WWF and get like rough everybody up. It's like, okay, you're gonna win your matches by shoulder blocking somebody outside the ring. You win via count out, and you're not gonna win a title that way. You sometimes drink Coke Zero. I've tried it once. Not a fan. Like I even tried Diet Coke in the past. It just tastes like there's a lot of metal within the taste for that Diet Coke. I didn't care for that either. Just, fucking hockey gimmick. Ew. Again, that gimmick just did not work. Look at Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, for fuck's sake. Oh, I'm a baseball player, and that my league is on strike, so I'm here in the WWF, and I'm here to show you my balls. Now let's check era between New Generation and Attitude Era. Funny commercials too. Do you have any specific years for that? Like when that would be a reality check era? Like the reality check era sounds more like a recent period rather than between New Generation and Attitude, because we can all pretty much agree when the New Generation era was still going on. Maybe they were like 96, 97-ish. Because then right afterwards was the Attitude Era, which also people still also like to debate about like when that started. Coca-Cola makes everything better for me. But it also gets me out of the high. Ah, Tango, you're lucky. Damn, Tango, dude. Freaking met Mustafa Ali. Lucky man. Early 97, type it on YouTube. You will see the commercials. I'll have to make a note about that just to remember, because I did not hear any. I've never heard of that being a thing, like of a reality check era. Let's see, Saturday Morning Slam Terrible Show in 2012, dude. I know. I've seen the full show because again, coming up in the near future, I'm gonna be finished with uploading all the reviews here for the podcast. My brain rotted, and I hated it. Everyone started as a cowboy biker and Long Riders AWA, comes hockey player, the WWF. He always had terrible games. Yeah. I mean, how often has the cowboy or biker characters been overdone? It's like JBL, he was a cowboy / type of redneck character. Jimmy Wang Yang, he's got a cowboy hat. Shawn Michaels, he wore one. Outlaw Ron Bass, I believe that's who it was. He also had a cowboy hat. They wanted Brett to have one. And you got bikers. You got the guys from the DOA, The Undertaker, Chuck Palumbo. Or you got guys riding these tiny bikes, or like these pedal bikes, like freaking Camacho and Huico. Friends actually backstage at XPW show right now. Sweet. It's weird. That's a company that you never really hear the name of very often. XP up. We get violent. I think the last time anybody mentioned XPW was when they did that Dark Side of the Ring episode talking about some of the drama that was involved with all that shit. Like, don't cut the guy's like fingers and dick off and everything because he's fucking your girl. Yeah, and more screenshots for evidence. Mika Beza. Okay, let's see. Circle's also cowboy in the Indies. My God, it's like those are like three things they could probably just slap on you if they don't know what to do with you. Make you a cowboy, a biker, or an all-American. Oh, we don't know what to do with you. You either put on a hat, get on a bike, or just say you love America. Because again, they don't know what else to do for intrigue. Do you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling? Honestly, no. Because again, when you've got all the stuff that I'm still trying to juggle with life, I can't keep track of everything. I can't keep track of all these other companies and what they're doing and stuff like that. Like, I think the most recent clip that it's either New Japan or something else, was just involving Jon Moxley, where he got swung into the ring post, like over in Japan just recently. Like, nasty impact. Did you like the billionaire Ted skits? Not really. They were just so cheesy and petty on Vince's accord. It's just like, why, Vince? Why?
Damn it, pal. He's billionaire Ted. He thinks he produces such good shit. He's got the Nacho Man. Oh, yeah, nachos. So also got the Huckster. Oh, brother. Call me the Fuckster. I'll fuck your woman, brother.
That's the thing I still got to remember about these impressions they can do. A number on the device there, eh? Woo! Good amount of Coca-Cola in there, too. Oh, now I'm remembering. Freaking WWE Supercard app. I kept forgetting to just check on it today a moment. Just get that daily login bonus. Even though, like I said, I'm more invested in the WWE Champions app because I'm doing pretty well with that. More than WWE Supercard. Although I do. In fact, let me look at Supercard a second and see what my top cards are. Let's see. Okay, top 8 cards that I got in Supercard right now, not including support cards. For male, WrestleMania 40 for Randy Orton. WrestleMania 40 tier for Damian Priest. And these are all fully leveled up. WrestleMania 24 for John Cena with the WrestleMania 30 logo in the background. WrestleMania 24 tier for Cody Rhodes. For female, got the WrestleMania 40 tier for Roxanne Perez. And Royal Rumble 24 tier for Zelina Vega. So those are the top ones, and I just realized they're friggin' giving me tickets because, oh, yeah, won these daily challenges. Come on, phone. Let's see. Sorry, I had a Snapchat going off a moment there. Still going off again. Staying on my phone does this. Anyway. Favorite and worst WrestleMania. Favorite, 17, of course, which I have reviewed here on the channel. Worst, WrestleMania 11 by a long shot. I mean, that prompted me as well why I did the podcast episode asking, like, if WrestleMania 27 deserves all the hate. Because I honestly feel like WrestleMania 11 is the worst. Like, you had so many things going wrong with that show. It's just not even funny. So, yeah, favorite, 17. Worst, 11, hands down. Worst WrestleMania ever, and I still believe it's about the third worst WWE pay-per-view I've seen so far. Yeah. This kudos to anyone who's massive. It's major business. It's off topic. What have you made reactions to songs? Reaction content is not really for me personally. I know there are some YouTubers that have done some like reactions to songs. Like I know there was one dude who did a full blown reaction to the song and music video, The Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin. I can't remember his name, but it's like reaction content. I mean, plus like it's not really my thing, and plus, excuse me, and plus you got to deal with the copyright, even with like trying to get around with fair use for reaction content, but it's just like with how copyright is and with music and everything, that's treacherous waters to try to get into there. I mean, even if we did attract viewers, I would probably have to either put it on another channel, a variety channel. It's like, again, it's a bit of a hassle trying to juggle everything. Are you happy they have blood in WWE again? As long as they don't overdo it, I'll be happy. Because again, you got to make sure it means something. Don't overdo it just to try to draw in viewers being like, oh, they bleed over here too, like they do in AEW. Come look at this. Make sure it means something. Yeah. More text messages with Snapchat. Why? Okay, but yeah, as long, like I said, as long as they don't overdo it and make sure that the blood has purpose, it should be good. Heard rumors of Bad Blood is coming back in October. I've heard that as well. I mean, like, that might work, but part of me is also a little bit used. I know we only had like 3 overall Bad Blood pay-per-views. Part of me also kind of got used to seeing Bad Blood in the June months when you look back at 2003, 2004. Even if Bad Blood back then wasn't really that good of an overall show, especially 2003. Like, holy guacamole. Plus, nowadays, if I see the words Bad Blood, I might think of the Taylor Swift song. Cause I know we got bad blood. Bang. Die, my Snapchat. Yeah, you know. Set that phone down, dang it. See anything else? I think you might have mentioned this in conversation we had before. My bad, but Mr. Anderson Kennedy made a little YouTube series after he got released by WWE. In line there, huh? I did not know he ever had a YouTube series. I mean, I know you got a good amount of people that have been in the wrestling business that got their own shows and like YouTube channels. Never knew Mr. Kennedy did that. But anyway, yeah, it's been a couple hours, folks. I'm going to now rest up a bit for the night. I'm going to play a bit more Cyberpunk, try to get that finished off, and my phone is still going off. Why? But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching the stream. Again, I'm sorry that it's been almost a year since I streamed again. Like, ever since December, things have been like getting crazy and everything for my personal life and everything. And personal life has to come forefront. I mean, I love being on YouTube and everything like that, but personal stuff to me has to be put at the forefront because you never know when that personal life is going to be there. So treasure while you can. Oh, okay. I'll answer one more question here. What are your thoughts on Peacock censoring WWE content? I do remember I did a video talk about this, like when they took out the stuff involving Roddy Piper WrestleMania 6 and the Vince McMahon N-word incident. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, like, thankfully, some of the stuff that they've edited out, I've already downloaded these shows beforehand, so I still have Survivor Series in HD before with Vince saying that word and the DX mocking the Nation of Domination, but yeah, it's just stupid. People are not going to forget that stuff exists. But anyway, thank you everybody for checking the stream out, and to the Redneck Boy, seek therapy. I beg you. But if you guys enjoyed the stream, just remember, leave a like, subscribe, and if you wish to turn the bell on, sweet. And remember, if you want an upload schedule, I try to upload every Wednesday. And that streams, it just depends on if I have the time or the energy. Stuff like this is a little bit easier than doing gaming streams because then having to do that setup. But maybe I'll stream a bit more often if I've got the time, and that's what it all just comes down to. But anyway, hope to see you guys coming up on Wednesday. Like I said, going to look at the Exposed Pro Wrestling Greatest Secrets documents TV special this Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 182 of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. Hope to see y'all there. But anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Good night or good day. And later, people. I can't even get my outro right. Come on now.